All right, so let
Great
me.
talent to it.
All right, just give me a second. Let me invite. How do I even do? I don't even know how to do this now. Messenger. So I'm just trying to get. Well, I love to see you do this one day. One day.
Nah, you wouldn't. You'd see me go red and then throw the phone across the room. To be brutally honest,
One
that's
day
what
I
happened.
really want you to do all this shit. That's why Sunday I was actually like, oh yeah, Sunday's going to be great because Jen Mint's going to be doing everything, and then now I'm thinking, oh shit, actually I've got to add some stuff to this and that and do this and still be doing stuff in the background.
Don't do too much.
Well, I'm going to try to get the comments and things. All right, so oops. All right. Hopefully by then the YouTube live has sorted itself out. So what I've done is I just sent the invite to Rodney and Thor. Rodney, Thor's little bubbles just popped up. He says calling you during Hangouts, which I don't want him to do. No. Click the link.
These are the moments that I enjoy. You know, I love these moments. You've got your little director's hat on and your hairy face, and off we go.
Well, I just had it because I was stressing out about. There you go. That's how you do it.
What is up?
What's happening?
Well done. Look, they're wearing their shirts as well.
Hey.
Go on, boy.
Did you, Rodney? Did you just see the competition?
No.
You just won the. You just won the competition we just did.
See, that's because you and him got the same grandmother.
No, it's like fucking staged, man. It's well staged. You just won that General Reaper.
Live unboxing. I still think you're fucking with me.
No, I swear.
Oh,
seriously.
No, I've still got it on my screen.
And you know what's funny as well?
No, hold on, look.
Time.
Hold on, look. Here you go, look. Here, the winners at the top, look.
Oh! Look, what's that? Tom Clancy, #3 and shit.
Yeah, Tom got himself a t-shirt, man. He got himself a t-shirt. But the funny thing is that it come up to do the randomizer 10 times, and Rodney Jones' name came up twice out of 10.
Damn. So, what kind of mojo you got on this shit, man?
I don't know. Hey, that's a sign, Quarter to Dead.
Crazy.
I am right, Rodney. You do actually collect Quarter to Dead, right?
I've started. Yeah, I'm starting to. That's
nice, man. That's $1,000 statue on its way to you, brother, for being active on our group, on our YouTube, and on our Facebook, man. See, to the victor goes the spoils. Congratulations, Store Guns.
That's all right. I'm used to it, but it will be live unboxed on the RaddTitan channel, so that's good.
That's crazy.
How are you, gentlemen? You're both well. Thank you very much. Let me just say thank you very much for coming on the show. And I want everybody out there that's watching on Facebook and when this goes up on YouTube, subscribe to these two gentlemen here, Darth Castle, Thor Gunderson, and Rodney Jones. They're two fantastically energetic and happy-go-lucky guys. They really make unboxings and reviews fun, and I really love their stuff. So, I don't know what their subs are looking like now, maybe about 150, 200 people. Really, they should have a couple of zeros on the end of that. That's what they deserve. So, get your buttons out and sub them, watch what they're doing, because they're really two of the most genuine guys in the hobby, yeah? Mad love and welcome.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for the words, man.
And we wouldn't have missed this for all the world. I'm telling you.
No, we wouldn't. Damn, wow.
I still can't believe you.
I can't believe we sitting here, yeah.
One, I can't believe sitting here. Two, I can't believe you won this shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Look, he done left the Ken over here that he won. We were trying to do a video, and he said, "I would do it next week. We'll do it next week." Yeah.
That's crazy.
Too many spoils, man. Too many spoils. I tell you, it's like Christmas.
I was gonna get in the corner. What is it?
How did you? What have you been up to? Anything? Any news? What's been happening this week in your collecting journeys? You picked up anything? Purchased anything? Seen anything? What's been going on?
Well, a guy that's local, he received his EFX Millennium Falcon and he didn't like it, so I'm going to relieve him of that as soon as they refund. I had to cancel Captain Phasma, so once Sideshow put that money back into the finances, we will be going and relieving him of that directly. Gary.
I think Gary might be after one of those. I think did they re-release it though? Is that like a new version or?
It's a new version. It's sold out, directly. But this guy, he's selling it for like retail, and he's local, so I don't have to get it shipped. So I'm gonna go scoop it up.
You can say, open that shit. Let me see it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's crazy. Yep. That's like a serious piece, though. That's like
I should have it in hand by next week.
Wow.
Yeah, cool. That'll be cool.
Where you actually going to put it though?
I'm gonna put it right above Ghost Rider, right here. Yeah. So, it's crazy. These things just start to gravitate because Radd hit me up and said the guy was selling Obi-Wan and everything, and then this guy with the Falcon. I was
like, after you got yours?
No, I mean he the one. Radd the one that told me the guy was selling it. And then so I drove to freaking Pennsylvania and got it.
Mate, listen, it's amazing how the groups work like that, especially when you've got a tight-knit unit and you've got some good people, because the same thing happened to me with Magneto. It might even have been Redder as well. I'm not sure who it was. Somebody basically told me immediately that I was after an XM Magneto for ages. And, I put it out there. I said to people, I'm looking for one if anything happens. And as soon as one was posted, I got the message, straight away. I got I got a PM saying, this guy's selling it. This is his name. This is his link, message. It's really, when people help you like that, it does make a big difference because sometimes stuff is gone so quickly. As soon as it's up, a lot of the times, if you're not fast enough, man, it's out of the way. It's gone.
You snooze, you lose.
Yeah, that's kind of how
the community can do that, man.
Well, we actually we were quite lucky because Redder actually came. Redder and his wife stayed at my house last week, so we went to see Infinity War with him. So he was over for for a week. So,
yeah, saw him in the pics.
Cool.
Yeah. Gary took the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, Gary.
If you look at that picture, right, you can see that me and Alex, right, we are like cracking up. Yeah, if you look close to that picture, look at our faces, right, and we are creasing. And the reason why we're creasing is Alex is whispering in my ear when Gary put the phone up. He went, "He's not going to be able to see anybody in that phone with his gigantic fucking head."
I'm gonna tell you want a serious laugh. Go watch it. We did a reaction show for The Last Jedi, and we had Gary on there. Oh my God!
Wow,
Gary, I thought he was gonna come through the fucking screen, dude.
Serial killer
for real. If he ever see Kathleen Kennedy on the street, I fear for her freaking life. I'm telling you,
he wasn't too happy. Listen, that's what we love, Nathan. That's what we love about Gary. It's about the passion, man. That guy, honest to God, is, I actually missed when I was at the cinema. I was sitting next to Alex, and on the other side I had a free space because we took up pretty much the whole aisle, bar one seat either side. And Gary was a few down from me, and I was really disappointed with that because whenever I've gone to see a film with Gary, and he's sitting there, as he starts getting into the film, he starts getting closer, man. He starts moving closer to the screen. You're sitting back like this, and he starts getting into your space, man. And you start moving forward, and I felt like, you feel, when you like your child's watching something, really getting into it, I'm just like,
But he is like that when anything happens, you literally see him like, like really like shocked.
We told him, man, I said, I gotta save my money up because when the next Star Wars film comes, we go have to fly over there and see that shit with Gary.
I don't have the heart. Basically,
you'll be looking at him. Trust me.
I don't have the heart because I watched The Force Awakens about 3 days ago, and the thing is though, before I watched it, I had like I think I had Last Jedi. I had about 5 movies to watch. And I had them sitting there, and Gary was like, "Oh, what are you watching next?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm watching. I can't remember what they are now, but I'm watching this." And he's like, "Yeah, that's a good film. I like that one. Yeah, that's good." And then I said, "Oh, and The Last Jedi." And I wish I didn't say that. For 15 minutes, Gary lost his shit and was just like going on about how bad it was. And I'm just like, Man, if Gary hates this must be really, really bad.
Get him on Super Lead. You really want to laugh.
See, that part I hate. I hated that part in this, but
yeah, we talked the lightsaber.
I didn't hate the rest of it, but
yeah, you were quite forgiving about that, Rodney, man. I noticed. I put up a post saying Jesus Christ about this film, and then you.
those two parts are part. The first time I saw it, I actually laughed in the movie theater. But then I saw it 2 more times, and other than those 2 parts, there was a dude next to me cracking up when she started flying.
Yeah.
And other than those 2 parts, though, the rest of it, I was okay with.
I felt like. You know, like I was really disappointed. I really liked the Snoke character bit, yeah. So I was like, I'm sitting there, and the first one, I'm thinking, fuck me, man. I want to know who this cat is. I want to see who this guy is. And then the second I started to see a bit more of him, they cut that fucking guy in half. What? Why has he gone so quickly? I mean, and then you just left a little bit with Kylo Ren. I don't know if you're convinced enough that he's big enough to carry the 3rd film just on his own. I was a bit like, I did like the scene with the lightsaber and the Snoke. I like that bit a lot. I thought it was great. I just thought, wow, to kill him off so fast. I didn't see that shit coming.
Yeah, I wanted to
know who he was. Do you know who he is?
Not yet. They're probably gonna get into him because they're doing another animation after Rebels. So and it's after the original trilogy, so we probably gonna find out through that who he is. So we still gotta wait and see.
Yeah, I was disappointed about him leaving, about him dying, but it didn't make me hate it. It wasn't what I expected. So I can't be mad at the movie for giving me something that I didn't expect. But I was mad about Super Leia and the saber toss. The rest of it, I was like,
that's unforgivable shit, Robbie, man. That's shit. We've been watching, I don't know what we've been watching for 30 years, 40 years of Star Wars, where we're sitting there, and you know that if the place gets blown up and they all fly out of the shit, everybody,
that's it.
all of a sudden it's just like, okay, right, well, we shouldn't have been so worried from the beginning. We were worried about Leia with Jabba the Hutt and shit. We shouldn't have been worried. This bitch can handle that.
Well, the thing as well is, I mean, like, yeah, she was okay. Yeah, she's okay, and the dude from fucking Infinity was fucked. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, no, we don't know if he's gone yet, Ebony Moore. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy Infinity? Have you seen it, Rodney, yet?
Yeah, I saw it. I liked it. I loved the last 45 minutes of it. The rest of it, see, I'm not really into the Guardians of the Galaxy, and what got me in the comics were not the extreme powered guys, right? So when they were doing the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, I was always like, what's going on with Captain America and Black Panther and all those guys? But yeah,
global, like planet level heroes. And you know what, our boy Michael Riali, he's a massive Punisher fan as well, and I think he has the same connection of it being, he can relate to something like that and see that as a possibility, like someone like the Punisher.
Right.
Whereas when you start stretching it a little bit and start going into dudes fucking flying about and turning people inside out, it gets a little bit more, a lot of guys are just like, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. I'm not really feeling that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But that last 45 minutes was the best out of any of the movies. Like that topped any of them. So it was good. Definitely a good movie. I'm ready. Yeah. Too bad I gotta wait a year.
I really like the first sort of 15 minutes. I think that was my favorite part.
That was good
film.
too.
Just how it started, really took me by surprise because I just didn't expect that. I thought they'd build a lot more and start playing this happy families business. Everybody's doing all right and everything's going fine. And then literally the opening credits start up and fucking all these bitches are dead. And I'm thinking, shit.
It's like, hey, we could be dark too. Yeah.
I was throwing popcorn at the screen over the Hulk, man. I was like, seriously, man, I'm not coming. I'm like, Thanos really whipped your ass that bad that you don't even want to think about coming back out. I was like, damn.
That was one of the parts of the movies. I'm like, why is he even? That was a part that was annoying to me. I'm like, you shouldn't even be here.
Did you notice though? Did you notice the trick that they did? If you remember the trailers, where they're fighting in Wakanda.
I saw it.
The Hulk is dead. And he's like walking in, like running as the Hulk, all green. And then all of a sudden they've switched that,
Put the
changed that
Hulk
out,
buster
and
out there.
he's in the Hulk.
And then I
Oh,
watched
that's
the video.
that's
I
the
watched
power of
video.
CG.
Hold on, I watched the video and they said behind the Hulk, Killmonger is there too.
What?
Yeah. I saw some video the other day that said fucking Killmonger's running with him in the battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this stuff out.
Marvel just messing with you, man.
Yeah,
Just
man.
messing with you.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
thinking to myself, he's gonna come out because I've seen him running towards all the fucking aliens that will come
Yeah.
out. Coming. And then
Then it's
Nah,
like,
you know,
what
what
the hell
the
is
Christmas that never
Right.
came.
Yeah, because that annoyed me. And my father, who he saw the movie separate from me, but he's a big Incredible Hulk fan. Once he saw it and I saw it, he was pissed. He was like, "Why they gotta do that to my Hulk?" Why? He was so
when they jack your main man up, it's like,
yeah, like they
oh,
bitch
come
out
on.
your guy. That was pretty bad. I was like, y'all should have just left him out the movie if you're gonna do him that way. But hey,
I've got the trailer playing now, so I'm going to see if it happens.
yeah, because I didn't notice that.
I mean, I didn't notice it. Then they sort of circled it out, and you can kind of see the dread sticking up in there. I was like, yeah, that is him.
What the
I'm
fuck?
watching
So
it.
they brought him back anyway, even though he wanted to say dead, or is that just?
I don't know. I think they just maybe
They just
they were
they just
filming all the
messing
shit at
with
the same time. They just, you want to be in the trailer? Sure. You know what I mean?
Well, it's all
need to
CG,
film-
so yeah, they can put whatever they want there. It's all CG, isn't it? So I mean, where what's his name? Where Gruffalo or whatever his name is, Ruffalo's running. It was probably just Ruffalo, and then they added either the Hulk or the suit, and they just thought, "Ah, fuck, we'll go with the Hulk Buster."
Right.
But yeah, sorry, I've been quiet because I've just been dealing with some stuff behind the scenes on this stuff. So yeah, so I should be okay now. I should be back. I'm back here. I'm back with you all, okay?
I wanted to ask you boys, like obviously, we all talk and stuff like that, but I wanted you to share, since you're on, we're hosting and looking after you two today. I wanted you to tell us about your, what got you started in collecting in general. Like when was the moment that you knew you were in trouble?
I guess I should start first.
Yeah, you start first, because
I had always dabbled with the idea of collecting. I'd go on eBay and I would look at shit and everything, but the one that really always got my nipples hard was the spinning hammer Thor Bowen, and it was that stage where you're like, I'm paying $500 for that shit. You know what I mean? And then, so I had got a few Star Wars Kotobukias and stuff, and then I used to watch this guy. I was obsessed. At first, I was obsessed with room tours. I just want to see how people set their shit up. And then so I had all my shit was 1/10 scale. So then this guy, he had details, and he had his 1/6, and I was like, damn, this shit is too small to put in there. It's like, you know what I mean? So I would let, damn, that looks fucked up. See, so I got a few 1/6 scale stuff. And then for my birthday, my wife got me spending. I mean, I was damn near in tears when I took it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so then I had always wanted Vader Mythos. I said, well, fuck, I don't give a shit how much it is. I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? So I finally got it, and I took it out, and when I put it on the table, I literally stared at it for like 2-3 hours. You know what I mean? So I said, I'm gonna come get him. So I said, I'm gonna take this to his job. I'm gonna take it out. I said, dude, you gotta see this. We're talking about. So we go in this room, and I put it up, and he's like, holy shit. And he's looking it over and everything. Then saying 3 days went by. Next thing you know, he hits me. Yeah, I went and got some Walking Dead diorama shit with these tiny ass zombies and stuff like that. I said, man, what the fuck is that? I said, it's a start. So I ain't say nothing. So then he realized that shit was fucked up.
I thought you meant the McFarlane stuff, because that McFarlane stuff's quite nice.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No. The dioramas are like 1/6. No.
Well, yeah, but the figures are tiny.
They're
but
tiny.
it's like a Lego set, but you make the
it's like a print. No. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about yeah.
I was trying to fight it, so I was start getting that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta. It's all about breaking that mental barrier down. You know what I mean? So once Vader Mythos was in hand, it was like it was, for me at least. It was. But then now you with the
So like what got me in it was really just a stress relief. Something to do, something to do where I could sort of keep my money and have something to show for it afterwards, and at least be able to take it home and look at it. That beats a day out at the bar and all that stuff. And
yeah.
he was talking about, you know, getting statues and all this. I'm like, how much? 300, 400? What? No. Like the only statues I had at that time they came with video games. So if I bought like a collector's edition of Gears of War, or it came with a video game statue. So those were the only statues I had. And so when he's talking $300, $400 for a statue, I'm like, you're out of your mind. Fuck you, no. So and then like he started showing me you guys your videos and your room tour. I'm like, man, that's nice.
Yeah, that's when I began to inject RaddTitan into the fucking arms and shit.
But I'm like, that's like $400. No, man, no. So then I started, like, I love The Walking Dead. So I went on McFarlane Toys and eBay, and they had the little $30, $40 diorama Lego sets. You get them in the little and you buy them. And I was like, I'll do this. All right, this is me collecting something. So I started doing those and put those together. But the little figures, you buy them in these little mystery bags with like 5 in a bag, and you don't know what you're getting, and you're trying to make the scene. I'm like, that's not worth all the hassle. And he got Vader Mythos. And by this time, I had seen you guys a bunch. I had seen some videos of Hulk and Wolverine. I saw one of the conventions or something. You had videos of that.
New York Comic Con.
Yeah, and like the Snake Eyes versus the Red Ninjas, and
that's a great piece.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, so because I was never really into museum poses, and so I was starting to see, all right, there's action stuff, there's dynamic stuff, and I always thought like Vader was a boring character as far as statue form.
The suit. Yeah,
so when he brought the Vader Mythos, that was something completely different from any other Vader statue I'd seen. I was like, and he brought it to work, and I'm staring at it for a good 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, shit. So next thing I know,
you don't want to like it.
Huh?
You don't want to like it.
I did, because I didn't want, because I'm like, money. Like, this is real money. So no, I didn't. But I'm like, damn. And so next thing I know, I'm peeping at Sideshow, and they got payment plans, and you can do all this. And so this was around the time He-Man and Skeletor was just getting ready to come out, and I loved what they did with He-Man. So I was like, all right, let me get those. So I got those, and then I pre-ordered like Hulk and Wolverine around the same time, and that was the start of it. Actually, no, that wasn't the start, because before I got those, I got some Bowen pieces, some Punisher Bowens that I got on eBay. I got like a Hot Toys Crow figure and the first appearance of Punisher.
That's actually one of the only Hot Toys I was going to buy is the Crow. Mm-hmm. I literally had enough points on Sideshow to get it for like, I think it would have cost me about $40, and I was just like, shit, I should buy that. And then I didn't. But that's one of the only ones. That and the RoboCop set. They're the only two.
Yeah. And see, and I love the Crow, so I love the way they like how accurate his face was. So I was like, damn. So I bought the Hot Toys and I bought the Bowen Punisher same day, and then went to the Sideshow stuff, and it's gone.
Escalates quick.
Now you're already, both of you are already getting into some custom pieces. I mean that's actually really impressive. I mean, I think me and Alex were collecting licensed pieces for at least 2-3 years before we bought our first, isn't it? Before we bought our first custom piece.
Well, I think the thing is with us, the time we were collecting, there were customs, but there was nowhere near as many. I mean, now you go on Facebook, and it just seems like every day there is a new custom piece. And the thing is, as well, is some of them are pretty damn good. So before it was. You had to be like an elite, and you had to be in a certain group, and you had to know certain people, and it was quite difficult sometimes to even get hold of them. Now it seems like everyone sells them. There are still elite groups, but you pretty much get hold of what you want if you got the money. So
he got custom before I did.
Yeah,
and I introduced him to the shit. I was like, holy shit.
I mean, all right. So my first custom. And I'm not gonna bash it too much because I still love it. It's a John Romita Punisher, Not a whole lot of detail in it, but the face to me looks just like a John Romita Punisher. So that's why I got it. You know, got some better custom since then. But yeah, that was my first.
Who made that one?
That was Henry Stewart.
Henry made it.
Oh, is that the one? That's the one we. That's the one we reviewed, I think.
No. Send them pictures. Send them pictures. This the interactive age up in here. Send them that shit.
Well, we reviewed one of them, but it was a Henry Stewart.
The one that he has, the latest one.
Yeah. Resin Mechanics. Yeah. Oh, okay.
This
one is a few years, about a year ago.
This was one before that.
Okay.
See if I even still got the picture.
It's got like a tile floor. The feet are kind of huge.
Yeah, it's kind of.
We got a few comments coming in anyway. We got Wayne.
Wayne
Luch. Yeah, Luch is saying basically he's never heard you swear so much. Thor.
Okay.
PJ saying what you guys doing for the 4th of May? So I'm assuming is that when Solo comes
Tomorrow
out?
Star Wars Day, yeah. Tomorrow Star Wars.
Is that is Solo out soon or?
May the 4th. Tomorrow is
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you doing for that? Are you doing anything?
Oh, you know, the usual marathon, get the snacks in order. I'm a smoker, pork shoulder outside, and you know, just there you go. Here it is, man.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So I mean, that was my first.
Them proportions need a bit of work, but yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, probably better off snapping the legs off that and just keeping it as a bus review, you know? Just remove the legs, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's not that detailed, but that was my first. Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. You want to see some of the crap that we've bought over the years, Jesus Christ.
Oh no! Wait. Let me reword that, George. You want to see some of the crap I've bought over this time? I think that's what you meant to say.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. So Alex, because y'all made a joke one time about you buying stuff just for y'all to review. Sometimes I feel like that is really what's going on. Do you?
Well,
because you'll buy something.
The other day, I almost had a stroke. I see he's selling Weapon X. It's like, what the fuck?
You just got it.
No. I ordered one for a friend, and he basically let me down when I ordered it. So I'm not going. No, my one's not going anyway.
Okay, yeah, but that's like,
No.
I'd sell me freaking grandma.
Yeah. But yeah, there's been times where I've been on groups or I've been on Facebook, YouTube, eBay, sorry. I've seen something for a price and I know the price it sells for. I hadn't seen it in hand, so I thought to myself, you know what? I can take a gamble. I can buy this, I can review it, and worst case scenario is I can trade it or I can, sell it on. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. True story.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's as far as that shit goes, because I don't buy anything. I don't buy anything for the sake of the channel. I don't give a shit how many people.
Well, you also get those times where there were drunken purchases as well, and I thought I was buying a Batman black and white statue, and it turned out to be like a free statue that come with the game, like a Kota Bakir one. Yeah, so and I well overpaid for that. So yeah, that went my brightest moment. But again, George loves those moments. They make him fucking piss himself laughing at me. So yeah, what can you do?
I just love it. What I love about that moment, right? Although Alex glosses over it, is that they sent him the thing you get with the game, but and it comes with a book and a soundtrack and the game. He got none of them things, and he paid about 4 times the price of what you paid.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I could have gone. Not 4 times. I could have gone on Amazon and bought the complete thing for like £20, £25, and I paid like £45 just for the fucking statue and the box.
Comes in a box, like a clear box.
I got the box. Yeah, I got the box. I didn't get the CD. I didn't get the prints. I didn't get the book. and I didn't get the game.
You did? I had that one. Is that the little Batman? He's like crouched over.
Yeah.
You got this statue? Oh my God.
Yeah, that was funny. And you know the best part about that was that we didn't review it.
No. There is a video about it.
Like,
yeah, did you do it?
We posted it. Well, I posted it. It was you know, if you watch it, you'll remember it because you were well fucking laughing about it. It was if you type in, I think it's RaddTitan Batman fail. RaddTitan Batman statue fail, and it's me looking like I'm like really disappointed.
No, man, I'm sorry. My favorite one is it's Geo, your Superman PF. I periodically got to watch that video. Dude, that is the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. And I was like, Geo lost 2 years off his life putting his cape on this fucking shit. And oh my God.
I thought you were laughing at the, I think at the beginning of that.
Drop the box.
I take the box and I'm like, all right, let's carry on. And I'm like that.
And then it's like a freeze, and you can tell they're locking eyes. I'm like, oh,
you can tell George is like really fucking eyeballing me, and I was terrified for my life.
Oh my God.
It shows my ignorance of the time because I shouldn't have been that worried about that piece at the time. I mean, at the time, I think that was the first ever Sideshow piece I got, right? And I remember that I went on the website and they had the exclusive, and I was like, yeah, I don't like the ice. I'm not buying that. That was fucking smart, wasn't it? That was genius, that was. You know what I mean? So I ended up buying the regular edition, which is, I don't know how many thousands of them there were, paying the same price. It's the same price. So the exclusive and the regular, and that regular actually, even now, probably makes a little bit more above retail. The exclusive, the regulars, they're tanked. There's just so many of them around.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember I actually had an argument. The only argument I ever had with Victor Rosario was about, he basically said that I was new to collecting at the time, and we were doing our thing, and they were doing their thing. And I should have really taken the advice of the smarter, wiser man who'd been in it for a lot longer than me. And he basically made a comment about it being, like you could pick them up at Walmart. That's how many there are. And I basically was like, you care too much about the numbers. You're being elitist. You're being this. You're being that. And then I look back at it now and I think, what a fucking idiot. And he was so right. I was so stupid.
I just want to say as well that Richard, that was a low blow. That was a low blow. He's bringing up PCS Liu Kang.
Oh,
that's a low blow. Oh, man. That was one of the dark days in the office. That was really dark. I was having such a good run as well. Do you know that day I received, I think, 6 boxes at once, and I opened them all, and it was like Iron Spider, the Iron Spider comic kit, and I'm like opening this up, and I'm like, wow, this is such a nice piece. Bang, put it up there. Batman premium format, I got it really cheap. Bang, put it there. I'm like, yeah, man, both nice pieces. And I think I got the new Wolverine on the snow, put him up. I can't remember what else, but there was like another couple. And then I got Liu Kang, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Something doesn't belong.
Something's rotten in Denmark. What the hell?
These things are not like the other.
Bad day. Really bad day. It took me fucking ages. Took me ages to sell that.
You guys, you two have actually now recently, both of you, come to store your grail, your piece, with the Mythos was one of them, but the Ghost Rider was something you always want.
Oh man!
And now Rodney's now got his Bruce Lee piece in, so it's become the best 1/3 scale Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So now, with you achieving these goals so early in your collecting sort of career, what's next? What is the big target now?
It's two for me. I've always wanted that ARH Medusa, the first one. I don't like the second one. I always wanted that first. I wanted the copperhead one. You know what I mean? I mean, she's freaking huge, which is crazy because I'm definitely afraid of snakes. And 2, I wanted that Biker Scout from Return of Jedi on the bike.
Sideshow, yeah.
That one go for some big cake. Gary's got that?
I think Gary has
got it, but we've told him not to bring it because I don't want to break it because it's too much money.
Yeah,
Right.
I want that one too. I want to put it right on top of Boba. And so those are two.
Thor, if you were my brother, if you ever want to see how far your Mythos Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber goes, watch our review of it man, when Alex spins that bitch around. And
The whole week I was watching.
No,
they had it on the Susan, and it was kind of close to the wall,
Oh,
and so they're checking it out. And dude, the light, no, it didn't break, but dude, we talking about like that.
Oh, man, it weren't that much. Come on, you're well exaggerating. It was like a little flex. It was like a little bit.
You turned that fucking lightsaber into a boomerang, Alex, with that fucking
dude, man. Gary's watching this, man. Chill the fuck out.
It's all right, Gary. Nothing happened.
We come through relatively unscathed. I mean, to be honest, with the amount of reviews we've done and the amount of statues that are not ours that we've picked up and handled, the fact we haven't broken anything yet is a miracle.
Yeah.
I don't know how we haven't. I honest to God do not know how. But I always say to Alex, man, if we're going to the bank, we have to give these fucking people some money. I mean,
well, nearly one of the moments as well was
scared messing with other people's stuff.
Well, the other one was I think James was on his 15th cycle of HRT or something, and he was like fucking raging and pumped like a motherfucker and nearly dropped his X23, and he didn't look too happy about that. I tell you.
That was close. That was so close. I think that's the most scared James ever been in his life.
Yeah.
I mean, that was some fight. I mean, that is a really delicate piece as well. You can afford no errors with that piece. Luckily for you, you got away with that one with your life. I don't think
man.
That would have ended well.
I think you need to have given him the money, value for the piece, and taken him out for all-you-can-eat buffet Chinese, because there's no way he was going to take that too well.
But just remember, if you take James Wallace out for Chinese like a Chinese all-you-can-eat, even when they bring it to your table and it's all-you-can-eat, he just still don't share. He still doesn't share. He literally looks like poor Riali. Riali, what was it? Lemon chicken. Oh, Riali said, "Oh, lemon chicken, that looks good, doesn't it?" And he goes, "Yeah, looks good. Don't touch it." It was just like, okay,
look, okay, man.
Poor Riali, man. Dave,
what are the pieces, man? Before you go, Rodney? What are them pieces you after now, man?
Man, so this is a question I struggled with because I did not want to get Bruce this soon because I was worried that I wouldn't be excited for other pieces after it. And it's gone down a little bit, but not, it's not gone. Right now, I'm working on a deal to get the other Bruce Lee statues that I
want to see.
The Enter the Dragon Bruce Lee.
Yeah, we reviewed that piece. Very nice piece.
Yeah.
Stunning piece.
So I'm gonna get that, and this kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier about people in the community helping. The guy who I bought the Game of Death one, he actually pointed out a guy who was selling the Enter the Dragon one. So I was able to work on a deal with that, and that's going to happen at the end of the month. So that'll be another unboxing. And then, I have 6 different pre-orders. I'm getting some ladies from Sideshow, and I think I'm going to start moving into some Court of the Dead stuff.
We're about to send you a Court of the Dead stuff.
I know, yeah. This will be my second one because I have I can't believe it. I have Shard. So, yeah, this will be number 2. And then I got Gulliver.
What do you have the original Shard or the new one?
The original.
Oh, yeah, she's nice.
Yeah, the original Shard.
Is that the one at the head you dropped, Alex? Is that one?
No, that was... No.
Valkyrie.
Yeah. It wasn't the head, it was the arm.
Yeah, the arm. They got they got a vertical magnet, vertical peg, haven't they?
Dude.
Oh,
wow.
Dude. Fuck off. God damn it. Keep quiet, man. Fuck's sake. What's with you said Scouts Honor, you wouldn't tell anyone.
I mean, there must be about these. There must be at least 10 very close calls that we've had with Alex breaking shit or nearly breaking shit. It's funny though. I do like it because it makes me look better, and I'm actually quite clumsy and heavy-handed. So I always enjoy taking him with me because I walk away feeling better about myself.
Man, I had to do a double take on that Spider-Man 2099 video.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I'm sorry. I heard the noise. I'm like, he did not do that. Did he really? I had to watch it again. I'm sorry. I'm so glad they hooked you up.
Right.
Well, they I even said to them I broke it. I said to them because they have like I think like 6 Sideshow or more like Sideshow employees on RaddTitan, so they're gonna see it and they're gonna know. Just like that dickhead who tried to do the Thanos head. It's like they're filming and all of a sudden you can see I think the corner of the head and then he cuts. It's like there was no exclusive head. Oh my goodness. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I was trying to get it in there and I'm like, yeah, it's a bit like it's a bit tight, and it's a bit this and then I was like, oh fuck.
I was like
I've been meaning to tell you, and I was gonna say you, Gio. I've been thinking about selling Maul and getting the XM. So
which one
that's his favorite Star Wars character. So I was gonna talk to you about that. If you want me to just hold on for it. Okay, all right, done.
The Maul, I have to say, when we were out in, it was. A lot of it's all prototypes. Only a very few are close to being production pieces. I think the Beta Ray Bill and the classic Iron Man were production pieces that were on display at the show. Maybe the older pieces like Mysterio and all that. I think they had Sinister Six there, and they were all production stuff. But that more was a prototype, but it was still by far and away the best Star Wars piece there, even over Boba Fett. And Boba Fett's really nice piece. I really like that piece. I was really surprised at the weight. The weight, honestly, I think I helped box it up at the end of the show, and I think I nearly gave myself a hernia lifting it because I didn't expect it to be the base as heavy as it was. Yeah. I didn't expect it at all. So when I went to pick it up, I thought, and then it was weighty. So
I really like I like the Pilot Luke.
Yeah, I want that one.
Pilot Luke's nice. Yeah. I still think Darth was
No. Maul is better. But the thing about Maul is his base with the sand looks really, really good. But what happened was on the Anakin, the kid, they weren't allowed to texture the sand because of the poster. The poster that it's based on, it's totally like calm, smooth sand. So they weren't allowed to add any texture to it to make it look different from that. So then when you look at that, compare it to the Maul, it's like, totally different. So yeah. But that Darth Vader triple set.
Yeah, I've found people who selling the Vader on his own. So I'm, me when people are sleeping, I'm in the BST groups. So we see Vader outside hiding in the bushes. That's me out there waiting.
They're better Vaders. To be honest, they're better Vaders than the XM Vaders. Not worth. Don't even bother looking at it twice. There's better Vaders. Okay. You probably own the better ones. If you're talking about Maul, we were very close this weekend when we saw Gary. We were going to do the Darth Maul PF, the new one that's come out. We didn't get to see it, unfortunately, because Gary's loft is like full of bodies as well as boxes. So it's very busy up there. You're saying he couldn't find it, so we didn't get a chance.
I told him to fuck off Maul and bring Malgus. That's what I said to him. I said, bring fucking Malgus. I've been asking you for 5 years. I found
somebody with a Malgus too. The lightsaber didn't work. They were selling it for like $300. I was thinking about getting that one too. Shit.
It's common.
It's older style. So the new stuff now is. We'd had the same when we looked at Darth Talon. The lightsaber technology Luke used at the time is quite poor. The light.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but there's a guy who repairs all those sabers though. He does them all. He's in the USA, and he was doing like every time someone's old Star Wars piece broke, he was repairing them, and I think he did a few of the Talon as well. He made them brighter.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'll have to look up his name. I'll have to find his
check
name.
him out.
But by the way, sorry, one quick one as well, just so I could change screens. But Oops, so I don't want that. But I did find it does have the Hulk in it. The Avengers trailer does have the Hulk.
And they're
in it.
saying that's Killmonger back there in the armor. They're saying that's Kill, right over Captain America's right shoulder, left facing up.
My goodness.
No, that looks like the big dude. No.
Oh, it might be, yeah. Or is that him right there?
Right here in the middle, or
Yeah,
off to the side.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, some video I saw they were saying Killmonger.
I just skipped it somehow.
It's like right off to the left.
Damn it! It's wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
They figured, yeah, let's mind fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Put Hulk
not?
in there.
I can't find the.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll stop.
Get out
now.
of there, you dickhead.
So that's who I have to deal with. Constant bullying, underappreciated, no love.
Listen, you just keep playing this victim card. You know that when that camera's on, you're just fucking not well. You're just much better at playing nice guy and camera than I am.
Oh no.
You are the devil off camera. You know this.
Well, no, we have an agreement. We have an agreement where if I'm holding the camera, I'm allowed to like be a director. So I take full advantage of that, and I talk to him like shit. So that's my moment. If I'm holding the camera, it's like a free pass to an extent because I have overstepped the line several times.
You know, with your channel going on the way it's going, boys, and you're cracking on. I mean, if anybody doesn't know, you know, Thor and Ronnie they do some live unboxings on the RaddTitan channel, which actually we're really, you know, thankful for that you boys do that because that's really nice. You know, it's really nice that you share it with everybody. There's some good stuff on there. So with that happening and you going in the direction that you're going with the Darth Castle thing, what are your plans now? What's your objectives with the channel? Have you got any goals? Have you got anything you want to try and do?
Well, we're gonna be at New York Comic Con, you know, so we're gonna go around and with the booths and everything. And PJ, he wants to do some cross-channel stuff. You know, we go on his channel, he come on ours, and we trying to figure out a way to start up a chat and all that kind of stuff as well. So you know, we're still in the early stages. You know, we'll make the intro better. You know, just try to make the channel better. You know, look at some more pieces.
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, this has kind of happened a lot quicker than I expected.
Yeah, no question.
As somebody who was trying to inch in the collecting statues, and now we're doing a YouTube thing and all that. You know, we're just trying to slowly get a little bit better. Definitely looking forward to the Comic-Con. Definitely looking forward to that and meeting some of the people and, you know, footage we get from that and working with PJ and, you know, seeing where things go.
I think Ian might be coming
get a
too.
little bit better. Yeah, definitely looking forward
but
to
it all started with the guy over here, man. We did the live Blade unboxing, you know, and half of Europe was looking for you that Saturday. When it showed up, they was like, "Where's Rodney?" I was like, "Dude, I'm trying to find him." So we had to wait till that Monday. But I mean, that was incredible. I mean, I was nervous as hell when we were doing that, but after it was over, literally half the freaking world was I mean, some dude from North Africa and you know, somewhere in Asia, and I mean all over. And I'm lucky the CIA didn't show up at my house, all these freaking messages that were coming through. And they were like, where do I get it? Where do I get it? I'm like, dude, it's sold out. You know, just cancel it. You know,
I sure enough contacted him after that.
Yeah.
He finished.
And he was like, no, we're holding freaking
I got one and Alex got one.
And they were like, where do I get it? Where do I get it? I'm like, dude, it's sold out.
My wife still struggles.
Contacted him after that.
Yeah, you know, even to this day, of all the years I've been doing it, it's the same. Like, you know, with like your, sometimes I go up to bed or whatever, you know what I mean, get in the bed, and I leave the phone, I put the phone on charge, and you know, I'm ready to bed down. And by accident, I leave the notification sound on or some shit, and the phone just goes all night. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable. I can't be bothered to turn over. I'm just like, fuck it. It can't go off that much, surely. And it just beeps all night. And then in the morning, it's like, how the fuck is your phone going off every hour? I said, well, it's not nighttime in China. It's not nighttime in Australia. It's not nighttime in the US. Bitches would be getting up and getting on with their day and being like, oh, what do you think of this? Or what, you like that? Or, you know, where do I find this? I said to her, you know, it's 24-hour things. You got to turn that shit off.
But the
Otherwise, you get no sleep.
But that put out unboxing, your blade unboxing, that did really, really well. That got loads of views.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was shocked. I mean, the next day it was like 2K, like 2,000 views. Are you serious? You know, so then people hitting, when's the next unboxing? We were like, okay,
like, I guess this is a regular thing.
He got his Bane and got his Frank Miller. It's like, all right, let's unbox.
You know, you're going to be really, really pissed off with me. But the thing is my I've got like a TV screen where I'm watching you guys chat from, and I've got a couple of screens here, but underneath my screen, right, I'm using the box that my Crow kit is in as a stand for my TV.
And there in Crow?
Yeah, look.
The one where he's in the chair.
That box there, which is the Sideshow Cyclops box, it's in there. So, yeah.
You've got no respect, Alex.
No. Well, I sent it.
There aren't that many good Crow ones, and that's one of the good ones.
I sent it to a painter, and basically the painter was like, "Yeah, I'll do it, and I'll charge you this much, and we'll do this, we'll do that, and blah blah blah." I was like, "Awesome." Sent it across. 6-7 months later, he goes, "Yeah, I'm not painting it." Sent it back, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it was maybe 4 or 5, but yeah, it was still like, "What the fuck? You haven't even started it, and you still got it," and you know.
I'll tell you something, man. Like my first experience of getting, my XM Thanos is in the process of being repainted by Ian Wilkinson in the UK, and I'm telling you, man, it's just been so smooth so far. It's been like a dream. Every time I message him and say, like, show me some updates or something, like, I try not to bother. I don't like to bother people. I just, I deal with a lot of artists. I speak to a lot of artists, and the one thing that you shouldn't do, Rodney, you're listening. You don't lose the shit. You leave your message and then you wait. Yeah? You don't ever go and start asking any questions, but you just got to try. I sort of send him a message to say, like, have you got anything to like share, blah blah blah, and then he sends me like a picture of the body, a picture of the portraits that he's changed and everything else, and the base. Little by little, I'm getting little bits of it, but it's been a real pleasant experience so far. And I've got to be honest, I think that might be my next little bit of a crux. I think that I might start sending, just little pieces here and there to be done, because I mean the work he's doing is absolutely outstanding. I got a picture today sent to me just before the chat started of the body, and if that comes, if the sum of its parts makes a special piece, because I've seen pictures of the base, I've seen a portrait, and then I've seen the body all separate, nothing together, and it really is looking very special, man. That could come in and maybe be the best Thanos piece I got. That's how nice it's looking.
Nice. Well, speaking of repainting, over here we got the Alex Thomas case. You see, you got Mumra bigger, and then Mumra repainted, and that's we're gonna get a nameplate at the bottom for the Alex Thomas case.
Took me a long time to get rid of that shit, I'm joking.
I really like that Mumra. I actually prefer the Mumra to Lino, believe it or not. A lot of people like the Lino, but I think the colour that Alex managed to get on it is really, really nice, man. Because I worked in the paint in the factory job.
Yeah, the weird thing about that Mumra is he has like a little Ziploc bag with spare bandages, and I had 2 Mumras, and I never ever used the spare bandages. So I think what happened was I had them still in the box, and then when I sent them across to get painted, I said to the guy, "Yeah." Same guy actually, it was Ian, the guy who's painting George's Thanos. I said to him, can you use the bandages, and can you do this and do that? And he done it and sent it back. So yeah, very happy with it. Yeah, well, I was until I got rid of it.
Well, that's another one of them. When I was surfing eBay, I had always wanted that one. I was like, damn, that's sick, but I just think they just wanted too much money for it. But then AT says, anybody want us up?
The Mumra's got, as George was saying, I mean the Lino is impressive, the physique of the Lino is impressive, the pose is typical sort of Lino, and I do love the Lino, but the Mumra has so much more presence. So if you got like a wire in there which is really, really thick, it's almost like a coat hanger, you put it there, it stays there. A lot of the stuff with, say, Sideshow capes and other companies, they're like a really fine wire. So if you pose it, it just flops back. You know, the weight of the material will flop it down. So that Momra will go where you pose it, and yes, it's a really nice piece.
Yeah, Vader's cape is almost like what you, dude. That cape is huge. Like when you pull it apart, it's literally like this.
Baby
That's how big it is.
The Iron Studios one.
Iron Studios, yeah. It's the cape.
You know, I really want to review that piece. You know, that piece got Statue of the Year, like on
Statue Forum.
I can't remember. I think
they on drugs. I mean, it's like it's nice, but it's not better than Boba. I'm sorry.
No.
I love it.
If there is a better read the sub to these two guys, there it is.
And I'm the biggest Vader. Darth Vader was at my wedding, so it just. I love him to death. It ain't even better than Boba, and they came out the same year.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion.
I mean, the thing is that if you like Boba Fett, right, then you will like Darth Maul even more, because everything that Boba Fett is, Darth Maul is, but better, because it's got that super dynamic look to it. Again, it's crazy, that thing. We'll be jumping over the speeder, it's all crashed into land, and I mean, even for prototype level, they could have released that, and it would have been okay. It would have been fine. Like 80% of people would have been like, "It's amazing, it's perfect." They will improve it, because they always do at production level. But you know, it's very similar. You know, they're the type of two pieces you could put sort of facing each other or in the same display, and they would look really, really nice. They got that dynamic, aggressive, you know, forward-thinking feel to them. You know, and they're solid. I mean, that Darth Maul is real solid and all.
I think the one thing that gets me with the Darth Maul, I feel like his face is crowded. And I don't know, maybe I'm just funny that way, but...
Well, you mean he's got his hands in his face and he's going to block it?
And it's like, I wish there was a way where I didn't feel like he was so crowded around his face.
Down, maybe.
Yeah.
An alternative where the hood is down would have been a good idea. Yeah. My one criticism of that piece, actually, the only thing I don't like overly about it, is the thickness of the lightsabers.
I was about to say that.
I said to them when I was there, you need to thin these fucking up, because they're very thick. They're quite, you know. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I saw it.
There's nothing delicate really about them. They're a little bit too thick, too wide.
That's the same. That's the same. The prototype pilot Luke, his visor was really, really thick. His visor was well thick. Yeah. It was almost like my glasses.
It distorted the portrait when you look through the visor, it distorted the face.
Yeah.
Because we were like, you know, we were saying, you know, the face is fucked, the face is jacked. Like, that's not Luke Skywalker. And then they took the visor off, and it was
Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
Wow. Mark Hamill, and we were like, Jesus Christ. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna. You know, this is the thing in photographs, in pictures. It's very, very difficult. And then you sort of, if I'd have taken a shot of that bit, like, because I was over it, I was like, I don't look like him. Right. And then they pulled the visor off, and I was like, wow, you know, that's spot on, that's perfect, that portrait.
Yeah, that's
they said
on it. It's him. That's him.
Have you seen the piece?
I've seen the video. I haven't seen it live, but I've seen videos, and then when people get up close to him, that's Mark Hamill, no question. Ain't no question. Yeah.
Wow.
Are you gonna get that for?
Yeah, that's on the menu too. So like I said, I'm creeping through them groups all the time. Anybody want to get that one up for nice money?
Which one you after? Sorry, Thor.
Huh?
Which one you after?
XM Luke. Since we started with the light side down here, I figure. But the thing is, we are missing XM. I hope y'all listening too. We need a Palpatine. There's no way I can finish my Sith Lord collection when we don't have the Emperor. You know what I mean? Somebody got to make an Emperor quarter scale.
Isn't the Sideshow done one on Throne?
Yeah, they got one. I don't like that's the one when he was in the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. You know, it would be cool. Now, here's what I thought about, since especially like how they did the Vader. If they could like make it, if you know, you could buy it separate, maybe where they make the Royal Guards, like maybe 2 of them. And then if you get them both, you can like put them together. You see what I mean? Have him with his guard detail. That would be.
I saw. I can't remember what it was, but somebody. I think it was. They had the Palpatine Sideshow like on the thing, right? And they had like, you know, one of them. I don't know if it's a 1/6 or what it was, but it was like something like an accessory pack thing. And what it was a little stand, and then it had a hologram of Vader kneeling on it.
Really?
Ooh, wow.
So it was he was talking to him. I saw either it was a picture or a review, and in the display he's like sitting on his chair, and in front of the chair is the kneeling Vader.
Yeah.
They do have a statue of him kneeling. I think it's 1/5 scale though.
Yeah, that's General Giant. No, General Giant.
I think it's General Giant. Yeah, it might be. But it's
It's
not a hologram.
George. It's the one that George was meant to buy a while ago. Do you remember, George? It was meant to be the one you were meant to buy. There was a hammer. You know, there was someone saying it's a deal. They sent the hammer. It was meant to be done, and you backed out.
Oh shit!
Yeah, somebody sent me a message, and we were talking. We agreed a price, and then they put a hammer like symbol on the message, and like that means fucking jack shit to me. I didn't realise hammer to play it. It was like, oh yeah, well when the hammer drops, man, that's the deal done. I was like, okay, I'm sorry, man.
Hammer don't mean shit.
Like, money.
Well, the part that I missed out of this I was the one who talked you out of not getting it. So yeah, you were well up for getting it. You were like, yeah, I'm gonna get a Vader. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm like, why the fuck do you want a Vader? You just sold your Predator. You ain't got no movie pieces, and all your pieces are quarter scale, apart from your 2 1/6 scale Bowens. What the fuck do you want that for? And you were like, yeah, that's actually a good point. Then you backed out and caused a shitstorm. But yeah,
that's another one I want to find. It's hard to find. It's a Sideshow one. It's a diorama from the beginning of New Hope where Vader's holding the guy up in the hallway like that. Yeah. That's a hard one to find. I can't find that nowhere. You know.
Yeah, there's some of them older pieces, man. They got some serious low
I don't recall seeing that one at all. I'll have to Google it in a minute. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called Diplomatic Diplomatic Mission or something like that. And it's
Diplomatic Solution, isn't it?
Nah, it's Diplomatic something.
Oh yeah, okay, wow, okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
No, but that's
but there's a bronze version.
No.
And then there's the sorry, let me go into it. Visit. Okay, so there's quite a few of them. It's called Diplomatic Mission.
Yeah.
And there are 1250 of them.
That's not a lot for Star Wars, bro.
It's not.
That's not big numbers.
No, but
more than I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, let me.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I went down.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's only 12 inches high.
Oh, okay.
12 inches by 12 inches high, 10 inches wide, 9 inches.
Yeah, scales like got to be 1/8 or 1/10 or something. Then maybe one.
Okay.
It's maybe like 1/7. I think a lot of their stuff are 1/7, but I've not seen it before.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there is.
They did something like that bigger.
I wonder if there's an exclusive for it. There's an exclusive as well. Exclusive, bronze.
No.
50.
Yeah, nah.
Not a fan.
Not a bronze fan.
You ain't getting it anyway because it's edition size 50.
Yeah, 50. No matter you're a fan or not. You
Right.
So yeah.
Very true.
But I've not seen that one before.
Now that you boys are getting into the business side of things and you're going to be going what you're going, I always find it's quite interesting because you two have quite a different perspective on things as well.
Yeah.
You know, one of you don't really care about ES too much. One of you does care. One of you thinks we should eradicate all filth. We should be spinning filth and trying
Let's
stuff
talk
out.
about the
Like,
filth.
no, everything has its merit. I kind of like that contrast about your videos. That's the part I like actually the most, is the fact that, you know, even though you don't always have the same ideals, you know, I have friends like that as well. I mean, me and James Wallace never agree on anything ever, and nothing statue related, numbers, pieces. No, we never agree on anything, but it just doesn't matter. It's one of them things that don't really make too much of a difference.
Right.
So how did off camera? Do you nearly kill each other, or is it?
Nah, we just talk it over and like, yeah, well, that's fucked up. And
We're both pretty calm. Yeah, we're both pretty calm, laid back anyway. So we don't agree with it. Really?
Well, back in high school, we had a third member of our trio, and he would lose his mind over everything.
Yeah.
And he's on Facebook. We often thought, "So you think we should invite a RaddTitan?" Nah, that's not such a good idea. So we just like, all right,
he would probably piss people.
He come in here and
he can never agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So
he'll argue with stuff for months. I mean months, and it's like it's not worth it. So
you two have known each other then for like a stupidly long time, well before collecting, well before anything.
We've known each other since junior high, 87. Like you two over the course of life has known each other longer than we have. Like, so we met each other like 14 years old, but we were friends and everything, but it was high school where we really became close. And my mother, me, and my aunt, we moved into this house. And so one day I go out in the backyard, I think throwing out trash, and I heard somebody call me, "Who the fuck is that?" And it was Rodney. And I said, "What you doing here?" So my aunt lives here, and he comes over on the weekends. Well, that was it. Every weekend we hung out and video games, and we copied copyrighted material. They can't prove.
We went to the movies. We went to Blockbuster
And then
rented stuff and took it back.
So then took him to his first comic book convention, right? Because he read Punisher magazine. That's when we got to the Punisher. I said, "Dude, you need to read the books. Let's go to the place." and so that's when he picked up the war journals and everything, and it was a wrap from there.
Armory.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Sorry. Can I interrupt 1 second? Because I've been doing my my homework here while we're doing the chat. What does that say? Do you know that's the diplomatic mission? What does that sell for? Do you know?
I saw it. It was last I saw it. It was like maybe 800.
All right, one. Sorry to do this now, but one has literally just been listed.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it's £250. Make an offer. Pounds.
$250. That's it.
Yeah, £250. Make an offer.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, and it's in
He
UK.
still don't care about it because he doesn't collect miniature statues, bro.
It's too smart for you.
Yeah,
it's a hot toy.
He says he wants it though, but yeah, it's here. It's I'll send you the link anyway.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll look into it.
This is what I have to deal with. This encouragement to spend money on shit you don't.
Yeah.
This is what I get all the time.
Yeah, but
Because he does it all the time, so he's trying to get you to do it. So he's trying to get you to do it.
I need to like influence others so I don't feel as bad about myself.
That's how I feel about filth.
Evil.
You see, my mission is to remove filth from the whole situation. You see, so I can come inspect your collection for filth, and then we can process the filth. And with this, only a certified filth technician like myself can use this certified Mjolnir up here to see. We want to get the filth out of the whole circulation so nobody else gets the filth. You see?
Filth exists, but filth is a personal thing. You can't decide other people's filth.
But see, the problem is,
look. We probably all agree.
Now that's what we do get into.
Like, we probably all agree that Liu Kang is filth. All four of us. But somebody bought that statue and they love it, so it's not filth to them.
There's another guy who's been trying to sell the. He's been trying to.
What? There is Rodney. There's if you go to any lunatic asylum or mental institute, they're always fucking full. Bro. They're always full. There's no rooms, man. There's loads of people living in there. Their place is always busy. That just means there's lots of crazy motherfuckers out there walking around just getting on with their business.
But see, the thing about it is, the best of us have ordered something messed up off of eBay. That's one. But see, heresy of the highest level is pre-ordering filth. You got 1 year to observe the filth, and you still paying on it. Then the filth shows up, and you done looked at the filth for 1 year. Oh my God, this is filth. No kidding.
See, that's a different thing. Like something's wrong with your eyes. If you didn't see it, I mean,
like this dude we just watched put the Millennium Falcon
that
together.
Was funny. He didn't know the pole.
There's a pole on it that holds the ship up. This dude puts the wire and puts it on top of
the
mirror. Oh, it's finished. We're like, dude, you didn't put it. And then he comes back. Oh, I forgot the pole.
And the Millennium Falcon is supposed to be in the air so that you can see the bottom of it.
I think Gary give us the We did one with the pole as well. Is it?
We did the X-wing, no?
That was a good. It was like y'all had to bring in neighbors and stuff to put this thing together. Yeah, I saw that one, man.
Oh God.
Hey, listen, we are not above the mistakes at RaddTitan. We have them regularly. If we had found a pole in there, we would have assumed it was a lightsaber piece. We'd have started playing with it. We'd have been like, yeah, this is dark connections or so. That thing would have been on the floor. It's only Gary. Gary is a fucking nightmare. Because and it's Gary's piece. Gary's had it for like 10 years. And you're like, oh, Gary, all right, dude, where does this go? And he's like, I don't know, I've never opened this box before. You're like, you're joking, Gary, come on.
Well, what Gary does, what he does as well is we were doing the Sideshow Queen alien diorama, so but just the Queen side. And Gary, we were like, Gary, these spikes don't look right. Whereabouts do they go? Gary's like,
yeah, so he fell asleep.
Like, shit, man, isn't that bad?
We didn't know how to put the nunchucks in Bruce Lee on the Game of Death because we didn't know the nunchucks separate. And the guy I bought it from, he didn't even know that the nunchucks separate.
1 hour after that unboxing was over, we were looking at videos.
Like
it's gotta because the people had the nunchucks in the hands,
and none of them were saying, "Oh, the nunchucks
they unscrew and you put it in the hand."
That's how you put it.
Nobody said that.
I didn't know that. I did. Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah,
the magnet goes under the arm, right? I know the magnet goes under the arm.
But the one that's in his hand,
unscrew.
You got to unscrew the bottom and put it in his hand. Yeah. Otherwise, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's got to be a way. They've all got it in his hand.
Nobody said anything about it in the videos. The guy I bought it from didn't know.
Well, that's like the original Hellboy #1. When you get it, his hands are like down, and he's pointing the gun down at the floor, and I can't remember which arm it is, if it's left or maybe it's his right, whichever one. But you have to like keep on.
Got the
oh, okay. Well, his left, you have to keep on going up and down, really, really gradually, and you could make it go up. It has like a weird like material arm with like a wire inside, but you have to do it like really, really slowly. And that was actually Victor who said to me, "Dude, why do you have your arm like facing the floor?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, you could actually have it like this." And I'm like, but I still haven't done it because I'm too scared about. It's so stiff as well. I don't want to break it. Yeah. But Victor's was like out like that.
We got no gumption when it comes to like moving stuff aggressively or trying to force it, man. That's like a terrifying moment. If you ever have anybody, I mean, you will be doing it. Like it's a natural progression to sort of like find other collectors close to you and go and see their stuff. And if they're not highlighting their shit, you want to share it. I mean, that's something that when we started, it's what we wanted to do. You know, when we first started getting into it, our objective at the beginning still probably is the objective, just to see as much as possible. See as much and as many as possible, wherever it may be. If we're over in the US, let's go see some people. Let's go see what they got. Let's go meet. You know what I mean? Let's go have a beer. Let's go see what's going on. Just try and open it up a little bit. So when we first got into it, man, this bitch was closed, man. It was like a fucking clam. There weren't nothing, you know, if you didn't know the right people, speak the right language, man, you didn't get no replies on nothing. None of this open, you know, can you tell me where this goes? Can you tell me how to get Gambit's coat on? People just leave that shit. They're like, yeah, we're not answering any of that. You'd just be left. I mean, when we started, that's what it was like. We messaged without going, bro, like, where did you get this? Or, mate, how do you get your detox to look like that? How do you do that? It was much more closed. So when we were like, when we first started getting into it, we're going to open this fucking bitch right up. We're going to everybody.
Well, you have to, you know,
try and get something.
This is one of the things I love doing, and it's it's something that I don't know if it's an ego thing, but what I love to see is, say if someone, we'll just use Gary as an example because he used to do it a lot more, but what would happen is in your feed you would have Gary Speed is posted to Statue Collectors, Gary Speed is posted to RaddTitan, Gary Speed is posted to he would like post to 5 groups. What I used to love to do was, like, if I didn't see that for 2 hours and I've come in and that's like down on my list and I'm scrolling down and I see it, I would go into it 2 hours later and I would love to see how many comments were in each of them, And if RaddTitan was the one with the most comments, I'd be like, fuck yeah, you know. But the thing is like something like statue collectors, they've got 22 maybe 1,000 members, but it's just there's no like big interaction there, and that always makes me really really happy when I see RaddTitan's got less than half of that. I mean, we got 8.5 now, I think 8,500, and we've always got like, you know, statue collectors will have like 10 comments, and then we'll have like 57, and we'll be like, fuck yeah, you know. And that's what we was happy about.
You mean you're sitting there going like that? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, no, just me.
I'm not.
I do.
The real point of intelligence is to go through those 8 comments and work out if statue collecting 8 is more sensible than the 57 comments.
Well, you know, what will happen is normally those 57 comments will be someone like Sims will come in and do 5 comments. Dave Castle will do a couple of comments.
He's Mr. Smith, that guy. He's fucking everywhere.
Well, Sims, Sims, I swear to God, right? When I was putting the list together, the competition that you won, Rodney. When I was putting the list together, when I was putting the list together, Sims had something like 1,300 comments in 28 days, right? The second place was about like 500, 400.
Jeez.
No. It was. I think it might have been Dave. It might have been Dave Cassie in second place. It might have been like, 280. I think it was. So like Sims had like 1,000 comments more.
We need to make that guy a mod, man. If he can get around as much as we need
he's everywhere. He does not sleep.
Well, what we're gonna
He's
do?
usually the first one to like too.
What we're gonna do is we're probably gonna make Nicholas a mod, and we'll probably make Sims a mod as well, because we were waiting. What I didn't want to do is I didn't want to make him a mod when we decided about a month ago, because I thought it'd be unfair if they then, because what we said to all the mods is they can't be in the competition. So, you know, I wanted them to be entered in the competition before we actually made them mods. Otherwise, they'll be taken out. So probably Nicholas and Sims. This is your inauguration. So Dave Cassie's asking about what do you think about the new Sideshow Wolverine? Can't decide because some of the photos look good and some look really bad. Is that just lighting or what? I actually saw this in. First of all, I saw this in New York. I saw the prototype, and actually, it looks pretty damn good at that stage. I haven't seen the live chat what people are complaining about, but when I used to watch the live chat, the video quality weren't that great. So if you're taking a screenshot of that and zooming in, it ain't gonna look good. But yeah. Anyway, so sorry, what do you guys think of the new Wolverine?
Actually, a friend of ours, Mike Dorsey, he's in RaddTitan. He's getting it in June, and it's his first pre-order. And we're gonna go over there.
Iron Man?
No, he's got Iron Man too, but Wolverine's coming first. So we're gonna go over there and live unbox it with him. This is first.
Pre-order. I told you you'd do that. See, I didn't know that you were doing that, and I told you you'd do that.
Yeah. So when it comes, we're taking all the lighting and everything over there, and we're gonna live unbox it with him. So I mean, it looks good to me. It looks like more to me like the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine kind of the outfit. But it looks good.
There's been criticism because the pictures that have been taken from the live chat, it doesn't look good. It's looking kind of, the hairs on the arms don't look great. The face looks a bit jacked up compared to prototype, and then you get everybody coming out going, typical Sideshow. They show you 100% prototype, they give you a 50% product. I commented on the thing myself, and I try and say the most important thing is you shouldn't basically buy or sell or drop your PO or grab a pre-order based on one set of photos. You got to play it a little bit more of a long haul. You've got to take all of them situations into account. The one thing you can say is that in recent years, certainly the last year, the prototype to production level with Sideshow is closer. It's closer than it's ever been.
You've had several humble pie moments, George.
I have. I am a humble pie regular, but like I say, I think the best advice I can give you that's responsible is if you have the pre-order, do not drop it based on these photos. And if you're thinking about buying and you haven't, don't go out and buy it based on these photos. You're going to have to look at everything and take your time and just relax about it. You know, if you lose a non-refundable deposit, it's not the end of the world, not drastic. And Sideshow, actually 9 times out of 10, they're very good at honouring that. That if you say, look, I really don't like the look of it for A, B, or C, they'll probably give you your deposit back. They'll do it probably 7 out of 10 times. So you're not making the biggest of risks, but you certainly shouldn't drop your pre-order based on just those photos, because like Alex is saying, the lighting's not great. The camera is not exactly, it's hard. They've got people moving around. I always find their lighting shit on them live unboxing. I don't like their lighting at all. And I always find the pieces of either lit up so bright that everything's bleached, or that it's a little bit dark and you can't make out the details. I don't think they can get the lighting right. And it's very hard. You, everybody else that does reviews, the lighting's really difficult. Sometimes pieces look too bright. Sometimes they look too dull. It's the nature of the piece. So I think.
Well, it's also because we film on the camera, we film on the phone, so sometimes the white balance just goes well off. So you just never know. You never know. Sometimes, so the colours can be weird. But yeah.
I mean, the production versus prototype's getting closer, man. I mean, they used to be well off. I mean, if you go back to 2014 and around 2015, fuck, man, you got 50% of what you were promised if you were lucky. I mean, these days now with Bane, Red Sonja, fucking Thanos and all that. I mean, it's a lot closer. Anywhere between anywhere between sort of 70, 75% and up now. Some of them are really difficult to tell. Like Bane's really difficult. I wouldn't know what the difference was, but it must be a very slim percentage. But they're very close. I mean, you're getting pieces in yourself. But if you go back, I mean, Jesus Christ, some of them were really bad, and that's hard. That's a hard thing to shift. Is that reputation will always come back to bite you later. When you post up a picture and it's a really bad photo, you're going to get people coming out and saying, "Oh wow, that this looks awful, typical Sideshow. Fuck, I'll never buy their stuff." You're going to get that, and that's come from somebody. That's come from somebody that probably 3 or 4 years ago bought a lot of pieces and was very disappointed with what they received. Not come from nothing, not come from nowhere. And unfortunately, you've got to get them. Some people are really hard to get back than others. I mean, I was really, before Thanos came out, man, I was, my foot was out the door. I was like, I'm not buying from Sideshow again.
I remember.
Thanos came out, Bane came out, Red Sonja came out, and they're very close. They are very, very close to prototype level. So you got to eat that humble pie, bitch, and enjoy it, and say, fuck, they did a great job.
Yeah, lately Sideshow is doing some stuff that I never thought I'd be tempted to want. I never thought I'd want a Wonder Woman statue until the last one that they have. So
came out today. It came out today for pre-order, actually.
Say that again?
That's come out today for pre-order.
It's not that one. Is it that one?
I thought you pre-ordered already.
No, the one with the Linda Carter look.
The one.
Nah, it's Alex. It's a different Wonder Woman Alex is talking about. I'm sure it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one she's going up the steps. She's got the lasso, got a kind of Linda Carter.
That blue eyes, definitely Linda.
Yeah, Linda Carter kind of splash to it. Yeah, that's the one.
I actually really like that Trinity more than any of the others been released. I like the Superman and the Batman. I think they both look exceptional. I think they both look really nice. As well as the Wonder Woman's definitely a big step up from their last piece, because that was a
I didn't like that one at all.
Gal Gadot.
No, the one, the last, well, that one too. But I'm talking about the one with the spear across the back. Or
but
whatever.
Did you see the paint? Yeah. Somebody did a repaint on that one.
I saw that. Yeah, and
it was a
different piece.
Wow,
different piece. But it just shows you that the sculpt is
right.
there. It's just factory paint. It's there. You're going over to these Chinese factories, and if you're, we've had this discussion numerous times on this chat, where we say that a lot of people will say like the high ES stuff and it causes this elitism ideas and all this stuff. But the truth of the matter is you got to go in there and you've got to negotiate with these people. If you're giving them high volume, you're trying to get the best possible price, you may lose a lot of quality in that, and that's where it's going to go. It'll go on the paint. That's when that's like a lot of things. Look, I mean, that Wolverine production piece, I wasn't worried too much about what people were talking about, the hair and things. It looked like the paint was put on it a little excessive compared to the prototype. You're going to get that. You saw the difference with them Wonder Woman faces. It looks like two completely different pieces. You wouldn't believe it was the same face, and that's just a paint job. And in fairness, I'm going to say this, like I told you, my XM Thanos has been repainted, right?
Mhm.
So if you know the XM Thanos, the base has got skulls on the side of it. If you know the base, right, it's got like skulls in there, like he's used them to mortar the building together, right, to build the building. Okay, my guy's repainted this, and he sent me some pictures, and I looked at the pictures. I was like, "There's more fucking skulls. How is he Is he sculpted skulls onto my base?
Wow.
What's he done?" And what he said to me is that the paint was applied so thick that literally they covered over parts of the sculpting details at the factory level. So when he sent it to me and I saw the pictures, it was like I counted them and I counted the ones from the thing, and I was like, I've got like 7 extra skulls. Where the fuck are these skulls coming from?
Wow.
Literally from being overly painted, like paint thrown on. So, you know, a good paint job can change it massively, hugely, so much more than you'd have thought, you know. Shocked even me. I was thinking, what the fuck is this? Well, I only paid for a repaint. I didn't pay for this dude to sculpt me some shit.
Right, yeah.
But that's the same as, I mean, you see some of these like repaints of heads, and it's the same sculpt. They strip the paint down and they repaint it, and you can see that the Sideshow sculpt is in there, but it's just that the factory paint just can't deliver. You see, I'm just trying to think of an example. Someone like James, or you know, someone like that SSOL. When they repaint stuff, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's like SSOL. He's like a Korean guy. Some of the things that they do with the actual sculpt that's already there, it's crazy, absolutely crazy.
It's definitely food for thought. I definitely feel that the whole. I mean, and I'm going to say this. You know, I ain't just Sideshow. There are. You know, it does happen with pretty much most companies, and you know, XM is no different. There are pieces that come out, like, you know, Alex's Carnage has come out. What the fuck? That thing's base is just that someone threw paint on that. Someone threw a bucket of paint on that, or dipped it in paint and then sent it out. It's got no shading. It's all them details on the base are lost. It's like a big cathedral with windows and, you know, things on it. The detail is there. It's just been completely washed. And it's just a shame, you know. So it does happen everywhere. So I wouldn't, if you are thinking about, you know, fuck, I should drop this Wolverine or not buy it. I would hold. I would just hold a little longer. Wait for a few in-hand reviews, unless you're the first one to get it. In which case you're going to have to, if you don't like it, send it back. Only fucks international buyers anyway. It fucks us because we lose the tax. That's the problem we have over
we
here.
can claim the tax back, but it takes a long time.
It takes a long time, and you don't always win. It's not a guarantee that you'll get it. No, you
get it because there's a refund. You give the paperwork and you get the refund.
Don't always do it. Loads of people don't get it. They wait for ages and ages and don't get it. It's not a guarantee. You'd like to think it was, but some people don't. So it's just, that's part of it. So I guess if you're over there, you've got nothing to lose.
Okay. Well then. So what do you guys want to do? I mean, we've been on here for an hour and
let's do the pictures.
If y'all can, we can do the pictures.
You up for that, George? We've been on for an hour and 46.
How many you got?
Well, I have 262, but the thing is like a lot of those are some, you know, like a block with the same piece. I mean, there are.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Go hard or go home, baby.
Okay. Let me get my notes. Because some of these are from over a week ago. All right. So if I get. All right. So.
Thanos, the Surfer, the Punisher, Invader. Let's go in.
Who would have thought?
Imagine them walking into a bar. Huh?
Get messy.
Beer.
I know one thing before.
Snap the fingers.
Snapping for beer. You motherfucker.
Invader, like.
All right.
He can't drink this your shit.
So can you guys see me, or if you right? If I do that, you can see me.
Is that the bust?
Well, basically, what was happening? This is the XM Studios bust, and basically, Brian was saying that Brian Kuschek, one of the sculptors, was saying, just seeing the Venom trailer, fingers crossed, it turns out good. hope to find some time down the road to revisit the Venom as a full sculpt. So they may the brothers may be making this into a full Venom, and if they do, that'd be quite impressive.
Their bust is one of the best out there.
Because I'm not in the bust. That's the only bust I think I would purchase.
I sold 2 of them like an idiot. I sold it twice like an idiot.
I like the XM. I guess it's lizard bust. I like that one too.
It's huge.
Yeah,
the XM lizard,
massive.
the XM lizard bust is really big compared to, like actually they're all pretty big. The 4 is pretty big. The only one that's
like a bust.
The Green Goblin. The Green Goblin is quite small.
Yeah, they do so much extra with their bust.
That's not finished. I think they've scrapped that, Alex.
Maybe.
I think they've started that again.
All right. So then you have. Let me just move this.
Another cable.
This is by Caleb.
Yes, Caleb. This is Caleb Nefran. This is the custom cable. So he's the same guy that sculpted the Scorpion and the Moon Knight for XM. He's the one doing the Celtic 4 at the moment. Really very talented man. We've had numerous conversations with him. Very, very talented guy.
All right, so I'm just.
I can't see it though. Oh, there you go. Okay.
All right.
Just trying to check out the base.
Yeah. So.
That looks good.
And then, so this is the piece there. Again, looks really good. I do really like the look of this.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Look at the hair, man.
The thing is, though, is if they can replicate that in the production, that's the thing you want to know.
Yeah.
Kind of has a Jim Lee look to it a little bit, like especially with the hair.
Talking about that, do you know what I bought? Do you know what I bought today? I bought the CGC first copy of Bishop.
Really?
Yeah. So
I
Bishop.
gotta start getting into CGC.
I bought a couple recently, not that many, just a few.
Boys, I'm gonna just love you and leave you for a second. I'm gonna turn off the heating and sort some stuff out. I'm gonna be in here for the long haul. So carry on. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right, cool. We'll carry on. So so this is the cable. Oh yeah, for what I forgot to mention as well was I did pick up the custom diorama. So this is the Civil War diorama with Iron Man and Captain America. We did review this the other day. It's custom piece. This is
a quarter? No, or what is this? 5th scale or quarter?
It's actually 5th scale because they made it to match the Hulk versus Wolverine.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if it does match very well, but that's why they made it 1/5. The piece actually looks pretty nice.
Spider-Man mask.
Yeah. I think it might need a bit of a repaint. I think some of the colours are a bit off, but that's a story for another day.
That's a light up on them.
Yeah. The Iron Man chest and hand repulsors on the hands light up, and the eyes, I think.
Okay.
So the eyes. So yeah, quite a nice piece. Got that the other day. Go through. So then this was about. Should we save that one for George because he'll get emotional about this one? So let me just write this one down. Captain America 2000.
Come back.
2000 edition.
Yeah, Captain. Because I saw him getting quite animated on the comments.
We got about some ES stuff.
Putin time.
Also, I wanted to show George this one. God damn it. This is by Zo Smile. Z-O, then Smile. This is a Thanos bust that they've done. And with this one as well, is you do get another version with the Tesseract at the back. So we'll come back to that one again. Sorry, Thanos, damn it. I'll come back to the Thanos ones and the Captain America.
Captain America, Thanos.
All right, I've got notes. So yeah, this is just to show the first figures, the kind of scale of Bowser.
That's big.
I got to see this in New York Comic Con last year. And I got to see the exclusive one with the flame in the mouth.
I was about to say this breathes the fire right here.
Yeah, it's huge. It's big. It's the funny thing about this piece was when this piece came out, we posted it pretty much the same time as First for Figures, and the conversations that were going on the 2 pages were hilarious, because it was like the group, First with Figures, were all complaining and saying, oh my god, this is, I can't remember if it was $6.99 or $5.99, whichever one. They were complaining and saying the price is ridiculous, it's so expensive, oh my god, what are they thinking, no one's going to buy this, blah blah blah. And then you had people in RaddTitan going, I'm going to buy 2, and I'm going to display one with the flame and one without. It's just so funny.
Y'all don't know.
Welcome to the High Rollers group, Jack.
So yeah, there's that. Another Thanos. Sorry. Oh god, I want to.
This is the one you like. This is the one Rodney's thinking about getting this
I
one.
wanted to get this so bad, but no, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Well, I've actually seen some sort of color renders, and I've seen some images of bases and things like that. This piece looks like it's going to be quite special. So yeah. All right, what we do? So there's a few pieces I wanted to go over with you.
Let's rewind this one.
So first of all, this is a.
Wait a minute, Alex. I just have to ask you, man, because you always say, how did you enjoy like me not interrupting you and you being able to
I just want to say it felt liberating. All right. So this is custom Thanos bust. This is by Zo Smile. So Z-O Smile or Z-O Smile. And this is the bust there. So what do you think of this, George?
It's beautiful. What scale? Is this full scale?
I think it's life size. But I just want to show you one thing, right? One thing before you spill your beans, right? You want to see something else, yeah?
Huge. Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
You want to see something else?
Oh, that's very clever. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice. I actually really like the fact that they've thought about the maquette with the base set up, the back of it.
I was going to say exactly the same thing.
They've thought about the mechanics of the throne, which is very, very clever. You put the throne piece next to that, and back to back, they'll look absolutely. You've got the spine and everything going through their parts of the base. Beautiful, very nice. Really nice.
That's
impressive. One thing I wish I had saw the chair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the.
I think this is one of the best custom head sculpts of this.
Is this Hasselmo Pro or?
I don't know. I don't know who it is, but it looks amazing. Isn't it Julian Jules?
I think Hasselmo Pro posts it a lot.
Yeah, it might be him then.
Yeah.
But it's very. This is like total comic book, man. This is very, very styling. This is really nice. It's funny because I have the sort of purple look on the maquette. I've gone with a more movie like paint for my X-Men one. I've made him bluer. But yeah, that looks amazing. Very, very good.
All right.
Best I've seen. There's one that's been posted about. It looks like absolute shit.
Well, there's one of them that looks. It looks a bit like Bumblebee.
Everybody looks how nice it is and all this, and I'm just sitting there thinking, "Wow, man, we must be on different planets." Because that's I can't even post. I can't even comment because if I comment, it's gonna just look like an attack, and I just know because it's so bad. I can't.
Yeah. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I just can't.
I know exactly.
I like that one. I like that one they made. It looks like the movie one. I think you showed it last week. That one is nice.
No. That's a repaint.
Oh, is it?
No,
I think it was one. I know the one you're talking about, Alex. But they had one where he didn't have a helmet on, and the eyes were like blue.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're talking. Did you see the skin tone on the like? It's a blue paint. Have you seen it? On the face. That's the color I went for with my accent.
Yeah, that's gonna be
nice. The color I've gone for. The movie sort of the bluey sort of with purple highlights through it. That's exactly what I want. That's really nice. That's a lovely one as well. With white eyes.
Yeah, the eyes is what did it.
Sorry, George, you're right. I hate to say this. You're right. This is Julian Jules, sculpted. So he's commented saying actually it might not be him. It's just he's posted this comment. Sculpted by Nicholas Boquet and painted by Dark Spidey Customs.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, really, the golds look great on the helmet. The blue looks right. It's a really exceptional job. I would definitely own this with a bit of pride. I think this is a great head for that piece.
All right, so then
I'm now starting to worry about how you cope without me, given all this misinformation you used to send.
I have a message for you.
I'm sure that Bobby Jones is saving the day with some
I have a message for you, George. It's on my notepad here. Hold on a second. Let me just get to the right page. Oh yeah, here you go. It says, "Geo man, go fuck yourself." Okay, there you go. Just had to make sure I went back to that comment.
Oh no, he had to write it down.
Yeah. Then this is the other custom one there, which is RCB.
That looks serious.
That's cool.
I like that one.
Prefer the other one.
Yeah, I prefer the other one as well.
I like this one.
Yeah,
this one is nice.
Then
it's
this
got a narrowness to it. It doesn't look like Thanos. It's got a narrowness to the face that I just doesn't. I don't recognise.
He looks too lean.
Because he's always got a big fucking head.
Yeah.
You know, he's got that big massive canister going on. It's all right. It's okay.
This one as well. I wanted to get your opinion on this one as well. So this is the Graven Labs Magneto. This is based off of the comic cover.
This is a really serious project. I see some updates of this recently where they've added Cyclops and he's sort of embedded into the base. This is a really serious project. I mean, the people that are behind this I speak to, and they've really taken this seriously. They're not obviously because I've got the Beast on pre-order, so I could have had first refusal to jump into this one. And this is a monumental project. I mean, they're really not messing about here with this. So I think if you're after this sort of look, that's a Jim Lee sort of look, in it, that Magneto.
Rodney was thinking about this one.
This is one I know I'm gonna kick myself for not getting. I'm gonna hate my life when this comes out because I know I'm gonna love it. I know I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come out really nice.
Yeah. But behind the scenes, the stuff they're working on, you know, it's actually really impressive stuff that, you know, I'm not allowed to share until it's ready. But you know, they really are. It's quite a big project. I mean, they're really taking every part of it seriously. So I hope it comes. I mean, that's why I invested in the Beast, because they did the same. You know, from start to finish. I just, you know, I said I didn't like this. I said I didn't like that. I said I wanted this. I said I wanted that. You know, they listened. You know, and they got it exactly how I wanted it. So I had to order. You know, and I think they're doing the same sort of thing with this Magneto. I think it could be quite special.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 5 or 6 other figures on it. Like I know
Rogue.
Rogue.
Just gonna be like the cover. So in the cover they have the actual Professor X is going to be normal, like a normal person. But the other ones are like models. They're like, if you look at the comic book cover that this is based on, they're all sort of made of cement or they've been turned to stone.
Yep.
So that's what it's going to look like. You know, they're taking it seriously, which is good.
I'm gonna cry when this comes out.
You can't get them all, man.
No,
you can't get them all.
It was at a time when
Magneto now is unfortunately this is one of them characters that there's just too many for me. I think it's just been done too much. You know, I mean, certainly customs have absolutely, they have, you know, gone through Magneto like a train. He is, you know, there's just so many. There's just so many custom Magnetos now because, you know, you know, there was a gap, wasn't there? You know, XM Magneto came out and that went for stupid money. But what other fucking options did you have? There's no other options. Where's another quarter scale Magneto? There isn't one. So you're left with the Sideshow Comic, or you have to go custom, and they filled that gap like plentiful. You know, you've got the
Sideshow Comic, the Sideshow Comic, the cape on that is just like, I don't even know what that's doing. It's just like really weird.
Looks like a candle.
It's like a really weird cape where he's like, well, he's floating. They make him float with the cape, but the way the cape flows is terrible. Really terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, so for me, I think that's the reason why I haven't. But I think this could be one of the best Magnetos out there. That's for sure. Definitely.
All right, so
storytelling pieces, then this is definitely a win.
One of the things as well, which we did go past, was the Captain America edition size was announced. So yeah. I'm just going to put that up.
I know why you did. Now I know why you've waited for me.
No, I'm going to put that up because I need to go. I need to go sort something out. So I'm going to leave that up while you say your view on that. So George, what do you think about the edition size on there? Because I saw you getting very animated on the actual the thread that this was posted.
But for me, look, the piece looks great. Okay, the piece looks fantastic. My point, right, that I was trying to make, and what I'm trying to say is there are so many crap, and I mean really crap, older pieces that have lower edition sizes, they have more romance, they have more respect, they have more power than this piece will now ever have, because there's just going to be too many. If there's 2,000 edition size exclusive, there's going to be anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 fucking regulars. Now you've turned it into a 6,000 edition size piece. Now, this is all well and good for you not to care about the numbers. It's fine if you're never going to sell the piece, and that's also very fine to not sell pieces. But what you've done there, you've taken this Daniel Bell sculpt that is better probably than 95% of any other Captain America piece made, and you've not given it the respect that you should have done. You should have made it a collectible, and you should have made it so that it had some sort of fucking power in the secondary market and in community power, where people are like, oh, that unbelievable sculpt by Daniel Bell, there's only 1,000 of them exclusives, and there's only like fucking another 5. Do you get what I'm saying, or do you not understand what I mean?
I do. I don't think Sideshow is really worried about the secondary market.
No, listen to my point. What I mean, I don't mean the value of it as that, but don't think about the numbers. Don't think about the money for a minute. Think about the folklore of it. Think about the legendary.
Right.
What you give the piece, the power.
Like the wolf predator. There's not many wolf predators out there.
You've got like, for example, look at the wolf predator. Yeah, the wolf predator is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the Venom comic yet, right? No matter what people say, people talk about that piece, and the exclusive, there's a few hundred.
200, yeah.
Right? The regular, there's maybe like 1,000, 1,100, but there's about 1,500 of them in the world.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm saying is, my point was this. I sort of was trying to say that what you do a piece of disservice. I'll give you a prime example, right? That Wolverine versus Hulk diorama, that 1/5 piece, okay? That piece has too many. It's so good and it's so well done, right? But now what you've done is you've killed the collectability of it, and now it's gonna go into another mass-produced item where no one is going to give it any respect, and that's the problem, because it deserves so much more respect than that, because it's one of the best dioramas that's out there. But you're going to be looking at Colossus holding up the Sentinel head. You're going to be looking at Sabretooth versus Wolverine. You're going to be looking at other ones because there's less of them, and they're more sought after, and they're more what's the word?
Desirable.
They're more. Pardon?
Desirable. I don't know.
What was the word?
Desirable.
It gives the impression they're more.
It's more of a mystique about it.
You have respect in our community as great pieces, but you have pieces like the OG Captain America PF, which is a dog shit piece, but it has the respect, it has the romance, it has the care. This piece is a better piece everywhere, but you're making it a less valued piece now because you've absolutely killed the collectability of it. And I'm not talking about leads. I'm not talking about money. I don't care about the money. I'm not talking about it being worth 20 grand or on the secondary market. I'm talking about the fact that why not do this, right? So let's say, for example, there's 2,000 Captain America exclusives and there's 4,000 regulars, right? So we've got 6,000 edition size. Are you with me? Following where I'm going. Now, let's do this. Take that Captain America, do a switch out head, switch out arm, a fucking light up this, print, all of the above, let's say just add $100 to that price, or $150, make it like $600, maybe $600, right? Yeah. 500 in the world. That's it. Stop. Finished. And then do another 5,500 regulars, which look like this. Why not? Why not then? You're appeasing the masses who don't care about the exclusive, who don't care about the romance, who just want to have it in their collection. But the collectors get a piece that has all of the singing, dancing. They paid a little bit more for it, and it's very, very rare. Why can that not be? Why can that not be possible? Why is that? Everybody's still getting the same. Sideshow's still making the same money. I mean, there is one argument, which is that the exclusives, if there's 2,000, it means that they get 2,000 sales on the Sideshow website. That is the loss. That is the problem, and I completely accept that. Somebody put that on the comments in the thread I made, and it was a really good comment, and I actually didn't have much of a response, which isn't like me. But you get what I'm saying. I think, you know, when you've got a person like you, Thor, and you've got a person like Rodney, you've got two different type of collectors, right? You can make both of them happy at the same time. Why not do that? Some people don't want switch outs. Some people don't want light up. Some people don't want to print. But for me personally, I don't consider myself to be elitist in any way. But I would never touch this Captain America with this edition size. Even if I loved it and I wanted a cap and that was my cap, I wouldn't buy it on that principle alone because I think it's too high. I know that they're going to do another 4,000, and I know the second that happens that I can't sell it. And I know that if anything happened and my collection went in a different direction, or God forbid somebody fell ill, something in my family, or there was a problem and I needed to get money, this piece wouldn't help me. Nothing. And you shouldn't look at your collectibles that way. I grant that. I agree with that completely. But I also don't want to invest in something that's just going to drop like a sack of shit. I also don't want to put down that's 439 English pounds. It's going to cost me 100 in taxes. It's going to cost me another 100 in shipping. So that's going to cost me £630, right? When that comes out, I'm not going to get that money back for it. I'm going to lose £100 before I've even started. The second it's released, I'm going to lose money.
Yeah,
that's hard to swallow.
Yeah, from the collector side, that sounds like a great idea. I just don't. I think Sideshow would be shooting themselves in the foot if they dropped it down, because 500. When I hear it, it sounds like a low number. And if I'm Sideshow and these are statues you can only get from me, why am I going to limit it to 500? Yeah, so that's a fight.
But I'll give you a perfect example. What he's talking about is the mystique.
No,
but check it. Remember when that came out? When the Iron Studios, Vader, people were giving away Boba Fett's and all kind of stuff. You know,
I understand the reputation it gets just because it's hard to find. I just, as the company,
but also, you know, that Captain America, for example, or the OG Spider-Man, or numerous other ones. Okay, they have still got a rep, and they're still making money, and they're still worth money. You know, 5 years, 10 years down the line.
But the thing is about that.
In 2 years,
they're not making some money for Sideshow, though, are they?
Right.
No,
that's the thing is Sideshow's a business.
They are still sought after 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
They're still pieces that people have respect for, that people want in their collections 10 years later. This Captain America is better, but it's not going to have that. I promise you, this will come out, and then in 2 years' time, this will be flooded. The market, you get these a dime a dozen. You'll get them on eBay, you'll get them on all the buy-sell trade groups. They will be there everywhere because there'll be another Captain America that somebody wants, and they're going to let these go at a loss.
But then again, the thing about that,
the
thing about that is Sideshow. Why does, in a way, Sideshow, you know, they don't need to care about what's happening afterwards. They've already made their money. They've sold it, and that's their business. What you need to think about
your company name. If they keep doing this, Alex, they're not going to have any.
But don't you remember the thing about how collectors are such a small percentage of the actual business? The thing about that is they say that there's more, especially now with the Avengers films and all those kind of films, you're going to get loads of one-off people buying this Captain America, and it could be their first statue, maybe their only statue. You're going to get that. But what you have to remember as well is if Sideshow sells, I don't know how many they're going to sell to distributors and things like that, but if they sell stuff to comic shops, distributors all around America, they lose 40% of that sale straight away. If they sell on their site, that's the price they get, you know.
Because I don't think they didn't sell out Hulk and Wolverine yet, did they? It's still on the site.
So.
Yeah,
nope, it's still there.
I rest my case.
But that helps Sideshow.
The defense.
Let me tell you something. I tell you something. That Wolverine versus Hulk is special. It's a very special piece.
Yeah, it is.
It deserves a hell of a lot more respect. That the sculpt and the paint and the work and the craft that went into that piece deserves more than that. It deserves more than to be sitting on that website as a piece of junk that nobody wants to buy anymore. That's wrong, because it deserves better than that. It should have been gone like that. It should have been finished because the quality of that piece is really there. And I really think this cap is quite special. And I feel sorry for the artist that put in this graft and put in this work to have another mass-produced piece that's just going to disappear. In 10 years' time, nobody will care about this piece. And that's what's wrong. And, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that I'm looking at it from the point of view of, like a Rolls Royce or something that you just look at and you think, fuck, that's nice. Yeah. I wish. I mean, it has them elements. It's a beautiful piece. It looks really well done. And I just think it's going to fall into another tick box exercise where it's just not what it was intended for. And I don't know, maybe that's my idea. My idea is make something and give it an all singing, all dancing extras, and then make it a collector's edition piece.
But as an artist, would you prefer to have 2,000 pieces, or 1,500 pieces in the world in people's collections, or would you prefer to have 6,000 in collections?
I don't. If it was me, I would. If I was the person that was responsible for Doom or the OGPF, I would be proud. I'd be looking at what people are paying for them and the mystique and the enigma of those pieces, and I would be proud as an artist that that's what they get. I would. I mean, I really would. I wouldn't be proud of stuff being left in boxes, left in lofts, left, in storage, left because they're a dime a dozen. I would want my pieces out and someone to be like, oh my God, look, I've got this. Everybody coming off the streets, look at this. And they'll be like, fucking
again, from
you get what I mean.
But again, from a business point of view, going back to, it is a business. Sideshow's a business. They're not your. They're not your friend. They're there to make money. They have people on the board probably telling them what they need to do. But also the other side of it is it may not be Sideshow's choice to make some of those edition sizes. With something like the DC pieces, they jumped up really, really high, and that could be DC saying, you can make a Batman, you can make a Superman, but you need to make us this much money for you to have that license. And that's how licenses work. So it is not always the Sideshow or someone who's deciding these edition sizes. So,
yeah, but listen, Sideshow got to look after themselves. You've got to look after yourself. I'm going to look after myself. And the bottom line is, as a collector, this piece now will be not something I will touch. And a lot of people will feel the same. Not everybody. No. People, little kids will walk past the shop in London and their parents walk in and buy it and bring it home, and that's fine. But that's not, it's like I told you, everybody's got to look out for themselves. I'm just trying to say, from a personal point of view, I just think that when you go for this higher number, like as a total ES, I really think that it can be damaging to the piece. I just think it's going to be damaging for this great work. That's what all I'm trying to say. I know that Sideshow are trying to make money, and I appreciate that. But also, do you have to make it look so obvious, like you're fucking trying to grab the dollars? Do you have to? Can you not make 1,000? Can you not try and change something? Can you not make more? You know what I mean? Does it have to be so high? Does it have to be 6,000 editions?
6,000 is a lot.
Well, the thing about that, sorry, with this piece is probably the Hulk and Wolverine is probably a bad example, because I think for the size of this piece and the popularity of the characters, I think the price for this is pretty cheap. So for them, if they were then going to say like, okay, we're only going to do this many exclusives, this many regular, cut that by 50%, that's going to be $1,100 now.
Yeah.
So that's how it's going to be. It's either going to be you're going to pay more because they got a lot of overheads to pay. That's the other argument with customs. Customs don't have that licensing fee to pay. They don't have them overheads, but they're still charging much more. And that's one of the crazy things as well. But that's a totally different argument.
Like if this Captain America was a custom and there were 50 of them, it would be $1,500.
Exactly.
Or $1,200.
Yeah.
Easy.
What's the edition size on Thanos? I'm just curious.
Thanos is 750 for the exclusive and 3,500 for the regular.
Huh.
Yeah. But you see how the exclusive is 750.
Right.
Well, Sideshow started to do that with a few pieces. They did it with Thanos.
That is selling for that's selling for more money on the secondary market now. So now it's a piece that will have a little bit of, you know what I mean? There's loads of custom heads coming out and they'll be great and that's all fine and good. But like I say, it's not done it any harm. That's what I'm trying to say. You can still have a big number, but a relatively sensible exclusive. I still think, you know, why can't you have 1,000 exclusive? Still think 1,000's too high. I'm sorry. I still think maybe 750 is pushing it. I say 500. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, but that's because you're thinking about it from your point of view, where you want a statue with 50.
I'm not just thinking about it from my point of view. I'm thinking about it from a point of view as it'll be a piece that lasts. Sideshow sell Sideshow now based also off previous glory. If you don't want to have any more glory and you just want to sell mass-produced product, that's fine. But you're not good. Collectors will stop buying from you if you keep doing that. And yeah, you'll sell to the masses, but you're not going to be high-end collectible company. And I don't believe that's true. I believe Sideshow do make plenty of collectible pieces. I just think that the characters like Wolverine and Captain America, they get fucked in the arse because it's popular and it just gets hurt. I mean, what's the edition size on the Wolverine exclusive? What's that?
Was that about 1,500?
Check and see.
Yes, sir. Anything else, sir? Oh no. 2,500.
Wow, there you are.
For the exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you are.
Yeah.
But this is my point. This is my point. It's just it's all it is a point.
And then 4,000 for the regular.
Don't pick up your pitchforks and and come and march with me. I'm not. This is not what it's about. This is just how I feel. You don't have to feel the same. I don't require anybody to stand behind me and go, "You're 100% right, Joe. Let's fucking go to war." It's just how it is. I'm just saying that, you know, maybe sometimes you want to throw collectors a bit of a bone here. Every time there's a big name coming up. I mean, Superman just came out and that was a good one. That was a really good number. I think that was 1,000 or 1,500. That's not horrendous for Superman. Superman's a big character. So that's a good job. That's where I applaud and say, yeah, I can live with that. I'd probably buy that. That's a good
the
job.
regular Captain America is still to be decided.
Yeah. But we'll see, won't we? What I'm saying is, man, you know, that's my 2 cents on it. It's all well and good. You want to do it and look at it like a business. I understand what they're doing. I understand you've got to make dollars, you've got to make some money and stuff like that. But I really don't want to see the romance of pieces die. I don't want to see them die. I don't want to see Sideshow Collectibles not be a powerhouse when people go, what about fucking Doom? And what about the OG PF Hulk? And, you know, these pieces are selling for 5, 7, 8 grand. I would never pay it. I think everyone's off their head, but it's still romantic. It's still that is, you made that, man. Andy Burgos made that. He made that, and look at it, what it's achieved. The romance of it. Even if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. The romance is there. It's undeniable. You can't take away what that piece has been able to do. There are people out there that have paid stupid money, that have driven for days, flown, fucking got on a boat, fucking got on a canoe, fucking whatever you want to say, got on a bus, a train, a car to get that piece and bring it home in one piece because they care about it. Do you think anybody's going to get off their ass to get this Captain America? Do you think anybody's going to care whether it breaks? Don't worry. There's more.
I did it.
They don't. That's the romance. That's the point I'm trying to say. You know, if as a collector, you know what I'm talking about. We've all done it. It's like, right, I'm Magneto. I'm getting in the car. I'll be there in 24 hours. I'll give you the cash. I'm going to drive and pick it up. I'm going to check it. I'm going to blow all over it. I'm going to dust it. I'm going to do this. That's romantic. That's what this game is all about. It's not about, oh, well, just ship it to me because if it's broken, I don't give a fuck. I'll get another one. That's not romantic. That doesn't keep me in this game.
We got to, Robert Hendrickson says basically there are 3,000 of the Somarts Vegeta, and people are not complaining about that.
But I don't
One you like.
You don't collect that, so you don't care. Yeah,
I love that thing, and I don't even watch Dragon Ball. I love that thing.
I watched a couple of episodes of Dragon Ball. And
is different. Maybe the market for them pieces are different. Maybe those numbers are, you know, always really big. Maybe that's the case. Maybe there's such a huge market for that 3,000 is not that much. I don't know. All I'm saying is that there are numerous Captain Americas. There are numerous made by lots of different people. And I think this is a great sculpt by Daniel Bell. I think this is very innovative. I think this is very unique, and I think it's going to get lost in 2 years' time. Nobody will care, and that's
I think
wrong.
that with
That's all I'm trying to say.
with Infinity War, there's going to be more Captain America fans than ever. So this edition size so big then? There's got to be more Captain America fans than there are Dragon Ball Z fans.
I don't know that. That's something I can't tell you. That's what I just said.
Right. Anyway,
I don't know that. I don't know that for sure.
Do you want to move on to the next one? All right, let's move on. Otherwise,
Yes.
I put this picture up so I could go take a piss, and now I'm like came back and I'm like, I thought you'd be finished. All right, so
You know what you gotta do.
all right, so
I
this
just want to say, you know, Rodney and Thor, welcome to the Hell House, bro. Welcome to the man.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be here, but I definitely understand the argument.
Oh, this is
whoa.
Samurai Showdown.
yeah. So okay, so George, just stop talking. All right, we can go on. All right, man. Yeah, this is Samurai Showdown. I think George, I think they had this in that place that had Mortal Kombat. Do you remember when we were kids, Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
And funny enough, Rodney's here. Yeah, Rodney, did you ever play the arcade Punisher game?
Yes,
we did. Yeah.
Yeah. That was like basically like a final fight with the Punisher and Nick Fury. That was so fucking badass.
We played in Ocean City that time. Yeah, sure did.
That is such a bad. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it's got like Nick Fury in it.
Yeah,
It's got like Nick Fury.
Oh, man,
with the
that
old action.
but that's such a cool game. But anyway, sorry. The same shop basically had Samurai Showdown, but this is I'm trying to remember the characters. I've got them written down. I don't know these off the top of my head. Nope, I don't have it written down. This is by Gantoku, the company. This is 1/6 scale. I think I've got the actual. There's one with the names on there. So there you go. I'm not even going to try and say them. Do you want to try and say them,
Please
George?
don't.
1/8.
Horamura and Ganjuru. Oh, sorry, 1/8 diorama.
Homaru. Jinjuro, yeah. Homaru.
Yeah, Jinjuro. Jinjuro's one of them. How Manu?
Yeah. This looks
fucking cool. That does.
really cool. There are also color
wait.
renders like that.
Oh, go back.
Oh.
Yeah. That's sick.
Would you say go back one or?
No, we
Right
did it
hand
that
side.
one. Yeah, we were looking at the one with the colors.
I actually preferred that not painted.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it just got a bit cartoony there with the tones.
The
and things.
sculpt is really nice though.
Yeah, I would prefer.
sculpt is
I would
really
prefer
nice.
More sort of shading and more grown up sort of colours. It looks a bit pastel. It looks a bit childish there. Prefer it without.
Click on one. Click on here. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
This then is a Infinity War Gauntlet. This is 1.5 scale, and this is by Mastercraft. Beast,
Okay.
I like the
Beast
rock.
Kingdoms.
It is big enough. Bigger than your hand.
It's still bigger than your hand, but there it's there. So it's 40 centimeters by the base is 35.
That's to make sure nobody gets it stuck on their hand.
Does it come off? Does it come off the base, or it's just stuck in the?
Yeah, it comes off the base.
Oh, okay.
You try it on and get it stuck.
Yeah.
So that's why it's 1 point.
It's probably like a like a legal thing because they know. So the bigger ones, but yeah, then this is the this is in the custom Kratos,
Now you're speaking my language.
and this sculpt is so this is by Elton Martins, and it's going to be 70 centimeters tall, and the sculpt is pretty damn impressive.
Yes, sir. When does this go up?
You can pre-order it now,
Okay.
but the only downside of this is the price is quite expensive. It's
Really?
it's $1,100.
Motherfucker.
A 70 centimeter statue, but the main problem is the artist is based in Brazil, so shipping will cost you probably about $800.
Shipping will kill you.
That's the
I
problem.
love you, Kratos.
I had a guy on eBay. I had a guy on eBay want a statue of mine. I think it was a Bowen.
I know if it's gonna
Bowen.
be air.
And he was in Brazil. He literally sent me a message saying like, "Will you ship to Brazil?" And I was like, yeah, man, like as long as you pay, I don't really give a shit. You paid shipping, whatever it is, and I gave him the quote, and I couldn't believe my fucking eyes.
Yeah.
Honest to God, to ship a Bowen piece to Brazil, it was like 500 and something pounds.
Jeez. What the?
Yeah, I shipped. I shipped the Thanos bust to Brazil. The XM Thanos bust. I think that was 400 and something pound. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The XM what?
Sorry, Venom bust. Sorry.
Fucking moron.
Yeah, it's a Thanos bust. Sorry.
I got
the other Thanos bust.
Why did I miss that?
No, I've got the other Thanos bust in my head. The Zeus Mile one, or whatever it is. So yeah, I shipped it. That was about $400. Have you guys played this game yet?
Oh, I beat it.
Yeah.
This game is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I was trying to show him the other day, but he fell asleep after me.
I played the early ones. I liked the camera when it was a little further back.
Yeah.
It looks like a good game. This is the first time he's played it, so
dude, that was
brand new for him.
What you saw, that was preschool.
Yeah.
Later on, I mean, some of the action sequences during the boss fights, dude. I mean, it's amazing. Highly recommend anybody wants to play this shit.
If I ever get PlayStation.
I don't have.
I mean, I played all the original games. I've got them all remastered on PS3 or PS4. I think it was 3. I got them all remastered and put on there. And no, I got them. Maybe it's on 4. But I play them, and this new game looks fucking unbelievable.
It's sick.
The only one I didn't play. I don't think I played 4.
They changed the folklore a bit. They've gone Viking now. They're changing the gods, changing the enemies, changing the bosses. So much more. Because they did all the Greek stuff. So I really like the fact they've freshened it up a lot.
I didn't play is it Ancestry or something like that?
Yeah, I've got that one.
I didn't play that.
Still, but it's a good game.
Yeah.
Does it come with any more heads, or this is the only head?
That's the only head I've seen.
No, but it's got 2. If you go back to the other picture, you can see that there's a Scream and a Non, isn't it?
Oh, was that?
Looks like
it was.
Yeah, I think in the last photo, isn't there a non-screaming head in there? Or if they got it next to a picture?
No, there's a picture of a non-screaming head.
Oh, screaming, yeah.
Well, what's that?
He's screaming. That's the game right there.
Yeah, no, all the statues are screaming.
Okay,
yeah.
But yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too much, but oh well.
Yeah,
somebody else.
It's a
The
shame.
thing is with that, man, it's really hard. It's really hard to drop that much shipping on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does kill it as like a good use of money. Someone says to you, this piece is worth $2,000. That's different. When you're jumping in and you're doing close to $1,000 on shipping, that's really hard to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
That's really difficult.
Yeah.
The rationale I use now is, would I pay more than what I paid for Ghost Rider? And I say no. So
that's
good.
Do you guys want to see some paint?
Yeah, but paint on
yeah.
it.
There you go. Look at the bomb.
Get your money out for.
It's all you.
Yeah.
You said $1,000 shipping. Get it over
Shing.
It's a bit human-like though. Why is it? It's a bit skin. Where's the
Bit too skin tone, yeah.
It's the wrong tone. Yeah, he's not ashy.
You need to lighten that up, mate. That's a little bit too real. As a person.
Unless it's just a
Maybe
layer. Unless that's because they need to paint in layers, and maybe they're going to do the kind of dusting of the ash after.
Yeah, could well be.
And this is the Morbius. So these are
Franco, right? Franco.
This is Franco Carlissimo and Lucifixion. So this is the in-hand pictures, first in-hand pictures. These are delivered to Lisa and Greg, and this just to run through
Look
these.
how well that looks with the.
That's
with
huge.
the
Look, this is next to the vulture. Look how big it is.
Yeah. I think the vulture's in the background a bit, but
table.
yeah.
Good, man.
I had that vulture, and that vulture is like 80 something centimeters wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I like the open mouth.
Yeah, I like the open
Yeah,
mouth.
that head's crazy.
There's like a really good like horror head that I like. I like this one.
There's another open mouth.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one who looked like the chick from Fright
That
Night.
one's sick.
Yeah.
It's almost like Blade 2, that, isn't it?
It does.
That would scare my kids.
That would go good with your Blade statue, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it would. I don't know where it wouldn't fit in there, but yeah, if I could move it, sure would.
I really like
Actually, I
the face.
never
I really
thought
like
about that. Yeah.
I don't like
The
these.
vines
I'm not.
and
I'm
the
not a
white
fan of these heads, but I love the other heads. That one's all right.
That's wicked.
That one's good as well.
That's nice too. Yeah.
To be honest with you, man, I like them all but one.
I don't like the cockeyed one.
The comic one, yeah, I ain't too crazy about the comic one.
There's
That's
one.
really good with vines and the
Base.
bits.
Nice.
Yeah,
Look at the statue. Wow.
That's lovely.
really,
Really
nice
nice
piece.
pieces.
Yeah,
Hell of good work.
Yeah, no question.
there you go.
Yeah, they
Did
are.
you kicked in the face?
It's like he's like sniffing his crutch.
These nuts.
This is the Mac Collectibles, I think. This is Magneto.
I like how he sells the illusion of the helmet floating.
Yeah. No,
It's very similar to Alex's Magneto, XM Magneto Doom hover in it, using sort of the
Yeah,
wire
it's done by that. Yeah,
as the
yeah.
thing that makes it bold. That's clever. I actually really like I like the body on this, and I really like the texturing and the suit paneling.
Yeah.
I quite like it. It's really nice. Again, it's just another floating Magneto. Again, I like the head. I like all the elements to it, and it's great to have these choices. But there's a lot of them coming out.
Julian was asking, sorry, about the Morbius. Yeah, it comes, I think, with 5 heads. So,
Looks nice.
Does this not have a cape, or is it just?
oh no, this will have a cape, but this is just early sculpting.
Oh, okay.
This
lovely.
then is
That's a snake. What is
this
this?
is the God, did I not write this down?
Looks like your mum's shoes.
Snake skin.
So this this is basically a Medusa
Fresh
versus Medusa. Oh, there you go, Medusa versus Conan. And there's the painted by J.R. Lee and photos by Sang Soo Kim. So you got that there.
No sign of Conan yet. Oh, there you go.
Conan. I think Conan's too shiny for me.
Conan,
Yeah.
It's very like is it Frank Frazetta?
I already like the skin tone. Yeah,
Yeah, do you know what this is though? This is the Conan from the really early sort of books, isn't it?
Comics, yeah.
You know,
No,
he looks very much like Neanderthal-like, and he's quite dark, and he's got long hair, and he is quite shiny as well. For some reason, he always looks like he's perspiring a little bit too much.
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
There you go.
Yeah, it's no good. I don't like it all.
But he's very classic looking. Is the is it Frank Frazetta? Frank.
Yeah, it's like that sort of thing. It's for me. I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of this,
Too
but Joe loves this.
he's looking her in the eye too. That don't make sense.
Gal does.
Yeah, Joe loves this.
I need to remove him.
Better in
I
daylight.
get what it's. I
There's
get
no
what it's not
separation
into,
in the
but
body of the snake. You know, at the
I
bottom.
just can't. It just looks like something somebody made as like a kit, like in a garage somewhere. Something you find at a boot sale. Just like something that's been homemade. It just doesn't look professional. Sorry,
I'm not a
it's just
fan either.
how it goes.
Not a fan. That was just another shot. Then this is the custom Venom Marvel versus Capcom. So that's the
cool.
black version there, and then
Oh,
they've
that's
got
cool. I
the
like
blue version there as well.
Yeah, I like that.
I quite like something about the blue version.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I really like
Colour
it,
black's
and I
good
think
as
the
well.
actual
Black's cool. The only thing I'd say is the base.
I've not
It was-
got yeah.
I don't like the black base.
There's something about the base
Because
as well.
the black base is just you lose a lot of. It looks to me like you're losing a bit. I would just have a different color. Like I don't know what color, but just something different. It's just a bit too close.
But
The shades, the colours.
I've seen close-ups of the Eddie Brock head next to this head. So the XM Eddie Brock head and this head, and this head actually looks pretty good. So
I like that one. That's wicked.
Yeah, I like the Venom head better.
Yeah, I like the blue one. I like the blue one. Then you got the Old Man Logan versus Maestro. This is by I think it's George Mercier. Yeah, there you go, George Mercier. This for some reason the Wolverine looks more like Liev Schreiber.
He doesn't look old.
Who played Sabretooth?
Yeah, he looks more like the Sabretooth than the actual Wolverine.
He doesn't look old enough to me.
I like the Wolverine better than I like the Maestro.
Yeah.
You don't like the Maestro?
I mean, it's okay, but but if we go on both figures, I like the Wolverine better.
I think I'm the other way round.
Really?
Yeah, I'm Maestro too.
I like the Maestro more than the Wolverine. I don't like the Wolverine. I don't
Don't
think
let the door hit you on the way out. Fucking Gunderson.
Huh?
Ass, man.
Yeah, watch your back, Gunderson. So yeah, I just
Something about the pose is a little awkward.
This then was to just to mention this. I mean, these pictures are from 2 weeks ago because we haven't done a chat in a while. This was then that Prime One now decided to do another Arkham Knight, which is a battle damage version. Over to George.
Have you not changed the photo, or have you changed the photo?
Sorry, that is it.
If you change the photo,
That's it. It has battle damage on there.
where?
Yeah.
Like little scratches here.
Oh, this the one they
It's
were.
some weak
This the one they were ranting about.
Yeah,
This one,
pissed
yeah.
because-
Okay, yeah.
Because they brought it
And
up.
this one basically comes with the unmasked head and the battle damage.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've become a real big fan of Prime One's work, but I think they need to knock this shit on the head. They need to stop doing this. I really like their work. I was super impressed with the 2099. The Berserk stuff, the reviews I've seen of the Berserk of Guts is fucking crazy, like honest to God crazy. But they need to stop milking this cow because they don't need to worry about this anymore.
Yeah.
You know, just move on. If you're going to do another Batman, do another suit, do something different. If you're going to skin that cat again, I mean, Jesus Christ, this is like one of them, you know, them bunnies, them Agora bunnies that keeps getting fucking its hair pulled off it every 5 minutes in some horrific fucking video. It's the same with this Batman. They just keep flogging the shit out of this Batman, and it's not a very nice Batman to start with.
Well, I had
That's
I had the original one, and I just thought to myself,
Yeah.
you got
it's one of the only pieces I've opened the box and didn't even take it out. I literally put it back. I put it back in the box. I was really disappointed. To me, it just looked like a big toy. And the funny thing is, the only reason we reviewed this is because we went to James Wallace's house and he had it out. We didn't review it at my
Yeah,
house.
that's true.
I had it in the box for like
No.
4 months, I think.
We couldn't be bothered to get out of the box. It wasn't worth doing.
Yeah.
That's the tragic. That's when do you ever hear us say that?
Wow.
You know, Jesus Christ, we reviewed that crappy Batman mistake thing that he bought, and we didn't take this out of the box. That says enough.
That's when we didn't have as much choice.
I got my one Batman. I think I'm happy.
I'm still looking.
My one Miller. I think I'm happy.
So this is
But that's widely considered one of the best Batmans to come out of Prime One. That's the Dark Knight Rises.
Miller.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Miller one,
isn't it? Miller.
The Miller one's fantastic. Yeah, the Miller one's really nice.
I'm a
I tell you
fan.
which one I do like, which I know George doesn't like, is I quite like the 1/3 Iron Studios variant.
Yeah, I don't like either of them.
I quite
Oh,
like-
Which one is that?
that's
I
the
like
one.
the one with the he's on
He likes the one with the Joker.
Oh, I don't like the Joker one.
For me, I like the Samurai, the XM. I like.
Oh
that.
yeah, that as well. Yeah. All right, then this is the Pop Culture Shock print that's going to come with the Ryu Evo, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the print. That's so they're working on the print. That's the progress so far.
Is this the 1/3 one that's?
No, this is good. The Evo one is that 1/6, I think it is.
The
one where it's got like all
It's
the
just a
kind
very
of
similar pose to the 1/3.
all the kind of swirly stuff around, I think. Or is the Evo?
Okay, it's just the pose is the same as 1/3.
Oh, I tell you what. Sorry, do you know what? I might be wrong. Do you know the Evo isn't that the 3-pack?
Might be.
Sorry.
I would imagine that you are wrong. because have a
well,
tendency to be long.
it happens now and then. More now than then. Then this, I can't remember what the fuck that is. This is something. This is something in the Pop Culture Shock Factory, and it's got titties.
This is Chun-Li.
I was about to say, it kind of looks like Chung-Li, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the 1/3 Chung-Li then.
That's a third.
Oh no!
Maybe.
Oh, this is a 1/6 scale Chung-Li.
Might be the 1/6.
Is this the one you guys just reviewed?
No, that's Connecticut's.
Okay,
That's Connecticut's. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here you go. So is that Chung-Li?
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
That's actually quite
I
cool.
like that one.
Yeah, that's
The
the
1/6 one.
1/6 scale one.
Oh,
This is the new Ultra Ken. So these are all factory shots.
the one thing about PCS. I wish they would do battle damage versions.
Yeah. Or when they lose.
I wish they would.
Do you know when we were in Singapore, we went to a shop, and they had these little mini. They're really cheap, but they're like little mini Street Fighter busts. But they had all of the original characters from when they get beaten up at the end.
Yeah.
When you have to continue.
Yeah, when you press
Oh,
continue.
yeah, right.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, do a
The
variant.
the best part about that whole game is like when the countdown goes 10, 9, and
you
then you
keep
press your
pressing
X
really
loads of times. Hey, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Oh!
That was the best. That was messing about with that was a good laugh.
So there's the Ken. The thing about the Ken is the base always makes me think that he's coming out of one of those Mario pipes.
It does look like that.
That's what I always see whenever I see it. I cannot unsee it.
There's no princess down there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Was it denim? And then you got this is the Poison. And there was a lot of controversy about this in the 80s, 90s when in America this is actually a dude. Nowhere else though. No, it was because at the time when Final Fight was released in America, there was a big thing about violence on women. So they basically had to make the Poison transsexual, and it's only in America.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't come up with the idea of just taking the character out of the game. Just change it.
Yeah. So that's where this was. This is actually sent to me by Nicholas, who was newly appointed as the mod. RaddTitan.
Congratulations, Nick. Welcome to the family, bro.
This then is the Pop Culture Shock Optimus Prime paint up that they're doing, and what they're doing is they're doing it like it's really hard to explain. So it's like how you would have a 2D image painted to look 3D, and now you have that on a 3D. There was also an artist who did this on a Superman, and he did a really, really good job. I think, yeah, there you go. So like that.
That's sick.
But I don't know whether this.
You like that?
I really like that.
I do.
I don't know though.
I hate that.
I don't know whether it's going to be. I don't know whether it's going to be an angle thing.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's cool, but it wouldn't be something I would want to own.
It depends on how much it was.
No, I
Really, you'd actually consider getting it.
I think me and you should start our own channel, man.
No, I wouldn't consider. I wouldn't consider getting it.
Darth
But I
Titan.
think the. Remember, I can mute all your mics.
I would want to see that in person.
Yeah, that's the thing is
Radd Castle.
yeah. Darth Castle, yeah.
The difference is, right, is that mine and Thor's channel sounds like it could take over the world. Your channel sounds like you fucking rent out castles to little kids at a party. That's what you fucking do.
There's money in that though.
You know?
The kids are being born all the time.
Yeah. But no, I really like the paint. I wouldn't buy this, but I like the paint and I like what they've done with it. And I think that this is something I'd like to see in person, see if it works, because I don't know whether it's just an angle thing.
It just looks fun. It looks crazy. It really does. It does look like a drawing.
Yeah.
There's no question.
And that's what it's meant to look like.
It does look like that.
It kind of looks
Yeah, I
like.
know.
You ever seen that lady who paints herself up as like? That's what it kind of looks like.
With the contouring, it's kind of yeah. But no, I think this is by Scott Dozer. So that's the kind of similar sort of paint look they're going for.
That looks amazing. That looks like that he's drawn something on his hand and it's jumping out of his like a drawing. That's really amazing. That paintwork there. I really like that. On the Transform, I don't like that, but I like the Transform.
This was just to say Shirokama's coming up for pre-order, but obviously this is now already up. So
I hope they change the angle on that head. I'm not sold on that head. The Onaga head, I think it needs to be tanned. I just, it looks like a bit weird.
Yeah, like why is it facing away?
I want to be able to see it.
Yeah, I need to see it at an angle to see where Shah Khan is looking and where the seat sort of is pointing, and hopefully it all sort of balances out. But from this angle in this picture, it sort of looks like he's holding it. He's looking in one direction, holding it in another. So I need to see it in person. It might not be the case. It might be the angle of the photo. But we'll have to have a see.
But also, wouldn't it look better if they were looking at each other's faces, kind of thing?
I would like it like personally, like we were sort of looking into it, just like it's got a little bit of a feel to it, like the Mythos Vader. That's the great thing, is he's looking into his own helmet. He's not holding it out over the thing, is he?
Yeah.
But then maybe he's making an example and showing him that the old emperor, the old king, is dead. So he might be telling all the people while he sits in his front.
But then wouldn't he be more kind of holding it from the top? If he was kind of face showing it out,
he hasn't got any head to sort of grab there, so I don't know how. I guess you're just holding it from the bottom. He's probably, I think it's just something you need to see more of. Could just be the angle of the picture, I would suspect.
This is Caleb as well. This is Pop Culture Shock, and this is Slain. I don't know anything about this character. So, do you guys know anything about this?
No, I never heard of it.
Is it? It could be. I wanted someone to sort of say it first, so I could hope that I was.
That's not the naked chicken Berserk. I thought that's who Slain was.
No, yeah, that's called, they're called Slain as well. But I think Slain is from 2000 AD, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure. Someone's going to come in the comments and tell me I'm totally wrong, but hopefully.
How would that be different from any other day?
Yeah. So then there's the can of soup there to show you how big it is.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, that is ridiculously big. And then also Pop Culture Shock were teasing today that they're actually working on the Turtles line.
Turtles, yeah. Recognize them toes anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's either going to be one of the turtles or my grandma. Actually, no, that's too many toes for my grandma. Sorry.
That's your grandmother too, Radd. Don't forget that.
Yeah. My 12-toe grandma.
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh, 12-toe June. God rest her soul. What's this? Oh yeah, this is Queen Studios. Loki. They did like a really good Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and they're now doing a Loki. So that's their bust.
Oh yeah.
So it's silicon bust.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing.
Goodness gracious.
That's special. That's beautiful.
All right, so Jesus Christ, man. Jason's typed like the whole of Wikipedia on here, sorry. Slain is a barbarian fantasy adventure series based in the Celtic myths and stories, which first appeared in 1983, written by Pat Mills and initially drawn by his then wife, Angela Kinsiad. Most of their early stories were drawn by Massimo, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to see. Slane's favourite weapon is axe is called Brain Biter. Awesome. He has the power to.
Sweet. That's a mermaid information. That's a man you want on standby. Give that fucking guy a cracker. That's what you want.
He has the power of the warp spasm. God, that sounds like me dancing. All right. There you go. So this is the Loki. I think this looks cracking. I mean, the Hugh Jackman they did was ridiculous, and I think people are starting to get that in hand as well. So,
that looks amazing. It does.
Their hair is sculpted, or is their hair? No, their hair is not sculpted.
No, the face is silicone, so the hair would be punched.
Yeah.
So it'd be individually punched hair.
Damn.
The only problem is I don't know how long.
I don't know if I want to know how much.
Well, I think the Wolverine was $3,000.
Yeah.
So it's got to be more than that because of the helmet. This is then again Caleb again. Actually, Caleb Nevsan. So this is by for RCB. This is the alien he's working on for them. It's a custom.
Yeah. I kind of like it from that angle. That looks nice.
Well,
That's nice. It's a bit more open than the first picture, man. That looked really like contained.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I just got an email about?
It looks very noble.
I just won the first appearance of Luke Cage. So the CGC first appearance of Luke Cage, I just won. So it just popped up on my screen.
Oh, congrats, man.
Then this is actually
It's MODOK.
the Roaring Custom Brotherhood MODOK. So this is well creepy. If this is like core scale, this is going to be creepy as fuck.
That looks cool.
It does look really cool.
The place has got something about it that looks familiar.
What are you going to say?
I'm trying to think of where I can place that.
It looks like your dad.
It's got my dad's legs. It's not got his face.
All right, so that's I mean that's quite. I mean, it looks really really cool, but it's not something that I would get. It just looks. I think it looks well creepy.
See, I don't know the characters.
That's how they should have done the freaking Boba Fett turbines, see, dude.
Yeah, because it looks like it has a light up in the middle, doesn't it?
It looks like a lineup.
Yeah,
It does look like a light up from there, but you can't tell. You don't know.
This was one of the updates for the Gem Mint.
Gem Mint. That's a shout out, Gem Mint.
And this is one of their updates for their Doppelganger, which I'm quite a big fan of Doppelganger. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing the progress of this. So yeah, that's that. We're actually going to be on Gem Mint's chat on Sunday.
I really saw that.
Oh, it is Sunday.
Spend them stacks, Gem Mint.
Well, he sold all his key comics, didn't he? So I mean, that's big bucks, big bucks. And he's sort of gone into the statues and the omnibuses. But we're going to go on there Sunday, so that'll be pretty cool. Then this is the Salt and Pepper Ant-Man and Wasp. So this is going to come out in time for the movie. But again, it's just characters I don't get too excited about.
I don't care about that film at all.
No,
I didn't care about the last one. What a fucking waste of a Marvel film. Putting them fucking idiots.
It's kind of anticlimactic now, right? You know what I mean? It's like you've seen Infinity War and it's like Ant-Man and Wasp.
But I guess that's supposed to be while this was happening. This is what he was on. I don't know.
Well, they make a comment, don't they?
For the kiddies where everybody doesn't. I don't want
to. They make.
I'm just not sold on this franchise at all. I watched the first film and I was like, it feels much more like a Disney film than it does a Marvel film. Completely. Just with I don't care. You know, I like Paul Rudd a lot. I like him and a lot of the stuff he's done. The guy makes me laugh a lot, but I just don't like this character at all.
Yeah. So that is that.
Deadpool's coming though.
Yeah, looking forward to that. This is then some Final Fantasy VII pieces. I was a big Final Fantasy VII fan, so this is Cloud. This is by Salt and Pepper Studios. So these are like the latest renders. He also comes with like a little kind of save point on the side. So, really like the look of this. I think this looks awesome. I think this whole line, they're doing a whole line of them. So you got the Cloud. The Sephiroth isn't as far along, so they're still working on the Sephiroth. And there you go. So he's got his wing there from. This is like near the final battle, I think. And then you got that's going to be huge. Jesus.
He only has one wing.
Yeah, he's got weird. Like when he gets to at the end of the game, he looks really bizarre. He looks really weird. He kind of mutates a bit. Then this is Tifa. So there's that as well. She looks great. And then she comes with a golden chocobo. So
what is this shit you're talking about? What is this from?
Final Fantasy VII.
I don't know what you're on about.
Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, these are the characters from that.
Okay.
So the only thing that George remembers from that is probably the gods, so like the Ifur and the Knights of the Round and Bahamut and stuff like that. Do you remember the cutscenes with the dragons and
fantasy games?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember that part of it. I mean, we used to play that game all the time, man.
yeah. Well, she's like the sort of main female character. Then this is the Salt and Pepper X23.
Oh shit! What's that? An alien?
That's the Brood, I think.
Oh no! What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It does look like that, doesn't it? Yeah. The Brood. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a last shot there as well.
Yeah.
So just trying
That
to get
looks really nice.
these,
I
I think
mean,
these.
the concept I really like.
Yeah, well, what they did was because
There you go, Alex.
yeah.
There you go, AT.
Let me just pause there for a second.
There you
And, what happened was they made the pretty epic diorama. So the X23 and Wolverine together. A lot of people complained and said, what the fuck? This is too big. I can't display this. So they made another X23, which is much more displayable.
Mm.
So is that they're still working on it.
I can't wait to see this. This looks great.
Mm.
That looks great. I mean, and for me, some of the Salt and Pepper females, some of the best I've ever seen. Silk is fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous piece that is, that Silk.
The Silk head is pretty amazing. This then was, I think yesterday Sideshow decided to put up like a teaser, which was like this. And
all the ladies.
Yeah, all the ladies. So you had a few guys who decided to kind of fuck around with the colours. So you can kind of see it a bit like that. So you can make out a bit more. And then you can kind of see a bit more colour here.
That's really cool.
What you can see Rogue is kind of throwing a punch. So it looks like the saw or whatever it is like a power from a punch. Then you have X23. Then you have it's either Jean Grey or it's Emma Frost, but it's quite hard.
I think it's Frost.
Yeah.
Got
And then you got Mystique and Psylocke.
Yeah, Mystique's got 2 guns or a gun and a knife in her.
No. Mystique's got two guns. And then Psylocke's got 2 swords, but it looks like from the picture that the Psylocke sword looks like it's in her hand. But then you got
cool, man. That's cool.
This is then the color render for the Angry Monkey Thanos.
What's up with the lips?
Yeah, that's what everybody says who sees that.
Chapped and big.
There's elements of this. There's elements of this I really like. There are a lot of really nice elements. I love the nod to Warlock, which I think any person that reads Thanos knows is like it's like the A side.
Look at this, got Cyclops and Doom down there.
He's got a bit of everyone there. Yeah.
I mean, there's elements of it I really like. I really love the traps and the physique part of it. I mean, it's a little bit too branch foreign, but still pretty cool.
Yeah, he's too low body fat, isn't he?
I think so, yeah.
This then, basically, a lot of people have been showing the Wolfpack's Wolverine, but they all show it from like this angle. So you always see it from the front. So basically, it was quite good to see it the other day from somebody who actually posted it everywhere. And I gotta say, from that angle, from this angle, it's pretty cool, but from that angle, I don't like it at all.
Mm.
From that angle there, he's just like, what the fuck? He's gonna fall over.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
But for me, I mean, it's far too early. I can't really.
Oh no! This is a kit. This is released. This is painted. People have got it painted, but no one ever posted from that angle.
Probably that's why, Alex, mate.
Yeah. So it comes with metal claws. Comes with all the face plates, all the hair. So yeah, this is in hand. But some people have had this painted. That SSOL guy painted one.
I like that.
That looks great.
These are the updates then for the Professor X.
XM.
The modern wheelchair.
That looks nice.
Yeah, looks very, very nice.
I've seen some paints that he's done recently. Have been fucking ridiculous. I think it must be coming up. But
Yeah,
No,
this then
that's
is
not-
basically.
I've seen this.
Yeah, I just had to put this in there because this is pretty fucking.
Life
It's
size.
pretty damn cool.
Oh my god!
What happened was someone contacted XM and said for the I think it's Thailand Comic Con, can we make a life-size throne for people to have their photo taken in? So XM said, yeah, sure, apparently,
That would be cool.
you could basically go there, you could put on the helmet, and you have your picture taken.
Nice.
That's cool.
That'd be so fucking badass.
A lot of people don't know this, but XM actually started out as they started out building like
Props
theme
and-
park
yeah.
like props and things like that. They built life size animals, life size like loads of stuff.
Really?
I've seen pictures of them
Yeah,
building and repairing and
in
loads of
Singapore,
shit.
in Singapore, they go to the local sort of theme park, and they go to local areas, and they actually do the restoration for a lot of their things as well. Yeah,
Oh, good for them. That's cool.
so that's just such a cool idea.
That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it? Every man cave should have one.
If only.
I can't fit that in mine. Then this is this was from 2 weeks ago. So XM Batgirl is up for pre-order.
I love that mask.
Yeah,
Is this
the
part of the
Hunter
same
mask.
class stuff, or is it
It's
something else?
really
They-
nice. This piece in person is quite shocking, actually.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like they've changed the lean. It don't look like she's diving out as much as she
Yeah.
was before.
Yeah, it definitely isn't as deep. They've angled that slightly off, pulled it
Mm.
away.
It looks
That's
like
good
she's
though.
more
Like it.
upright than she was before. Like on
Yeah.
the one we saw, the prototype, she was well fucking like well out.
She was coming right out.
Yeah.
Coming right out. She was. It's deep, would be a deep piece, yeah.
And
It looks good.
You got
Yeah.
all the different heads.
Great switch outs, man. Piece was wicked.
There you go. How many heads she got? Jesus Christ! Wait a minute.
Wow.
One. What's that? 1, 2, 3.
Two.
Oh, it's the same. So 2, 3, 4.
It's 3 heads. I can see maybe 4.
No, 4. 1, 2.
But you know, if you've done,
Three,
you know that if you're
4.
buying and investing in the samurai line, there's 4 heads. I think
Yeah,
There's
just
a
said
lot
4.
of switch outs for it. Yeah.
you know that if you're investing in the samurai line, that's the one thing you're going to get. You're going to get lots of switch out and alternatives, just like the Batman. You're going to get all of that. You can get loads of things like that, just like Poison Ivy. I think she comes with 3 portraits and about 4 different arms and an umbrella and all sorts of things. It's like crazy switch out central for them pieces, which is amazing.
I think it was meant to be 3, but then they only showed 2 so far. I think.
There is 3 heads. I'm sure there is.
The Gambit, which I'm not really a fan of the Gambit, to be honest with you.
That's your man.
See,
He's a big Bat Gambit fan too.
I am, but I don't like the smaller bases.
Yeah.
I don't like them going to the smaller bases. But
For me, I just feel that this piece is contained. I just feel like it feels exactly like the photo frame.
he's
But,
trapped.
it's been
Restricted.
It's been put into a box, and this is how big it should be. And for me, I just don't like it. I just find that's and I know that XM are trying to adapt and trying to change, but I also don't want them to lose their identity at the same time. And part of the reason I like their pieces is because their stuff is non-conformist stuff. They
Right.
don't think about you fitting your shit into a Detolf or a Besser. They don't give a shit. That's what I like. I like the fact that the stuff is the bases and the poses. They're very out there, very big and bold, and they tell a story. For me, I feel there's something off with this. I feel like the whole arc of the pose with that pole and everything. I just don't like it. And
Well, that's
a shame, really, because I love
what I think it was
majority of the stuff.
originally this was to go with the XM Sentinel, so the Sentinel diorama. So I think with this going with the XM diorama, it wasn't so contained because he was doing something that was part of a bigger picture. But what happened is they were then talking about doing the the new quarter scale Gambit. Pretty much the whole A team were taken away from the Sentinel, and there was a guy who was literally campaigning for the 1/6 to be made into the quarter scale, and they kind of listened to him. and I don't think they should have really.
No.
But I think they should have done.
Like,
As I say, it is part of a bigger picture, and as you say, they've chopped it away and contained it to the little statue. So,
it's just the flow of it just seems very much like that. I don't know. You know, you can't win them all for me, but I hope that this isn't a sign of future projects, because if they are, I won't be buying any.
yeah. So you got the mask. So the
portraits look good.
well, the
Portraits look good. The body looks good.
modern look, and
There's a lot of very
look.
good parts to this piece. Yeah, man, it looks great.
And if
The
you
heads
look
look
on here,
fantastic.
you've got the two different sets of cards. So you got this one where it's got the arc, and you got this one where it looks like it's kind
Still
of.
has the arc though.
It's
Is
still
the
got
arc?
it's still got the arc, but if you look at it, the cards in his hand, and it's still got.
It looks different. A
Yeah.
little bit different.
I would take the arc off of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can, maybe you can. Apparently, you can raise that pole up as well. They're saying that the pole position is not the final position, which I think is going to
Pole
really help. 'Cause
position,
I don't
eh?
like that position of that left on. I don't like the position of it, and apparently that's not decided yet. So they could change that and move that.
Yeah. Then you got there's the heads.
Portraits look great. Portraits
Yeah.
look amazing.
Yeah, just looking at it, looking at it on the screen, it makes you feel like the picture's cut in half.
No,
Like,
well, no, because
where's
they've
the rest of the statue?
taken something off there because they don't want
Yeah.
people to see that arc thing because it's probably not been approved yet.
Yeah, 100%.
So, right, you got the heads. I think the one on the right looks a bit fat. There, the one with hair. Or was it just me?
No, that's you. You're pleb. They look great.
Night of drinking.
Down on Bourbon Street.
Right.
And then there's the
Okay,
paint up for the Iceman, which looks really cool.
Wow.
This is the best fucking paint for an Iceman I've ever seen. I don't know who painted this. I don't know who did it, but whoever did it, fucking next time if I ever bump into you, I owe you a beer, because that is fucking crazy. That almost looks like a frosted crystal. It just looks crazy. That
I just want
colours in
to
there, depth in there.
I just want to add on to the end of that. When George says, "I owe you a beer if I see you," when he sees you, he's not going to buy you a beer. I just want
Whenever I
to
not
add
call
that
you
on
a
the end.
beer, you busy fuck.
How often do we go out drinking?
And we don't, because you can't be trusted to drink, can you?
Oh,
If you keep your hands down, not having me go and have to smash everybody up that you're upset when you drink, and you wouldn't have to problem with
Anyway, the next piece.
that's funny.
So this is the Mystique base.
Mystique part. Okay.
So there's that there. Again, I think I like the Mystique piece, but that got a lot of criticism.
I really like it. I really like the base idea of it as well. It's quite cool that she's like leaning up against it. I mean, it's hard to tell from these photographs, but I really like the idea of the pose, because she's sort of like leaning up and it's quite relaxed. It's quite a sexy, relaxed sort of Mystique.
Well, from what we're seeing, it does look like you can put the Mystique next to the Magneto, and they would look really good together.
I want to see somebody do a Mystique where she's mid transforming into something, somebody else.
That's a great idea.
I'm glad you
Great
said
idea.
transforming, because I didn't know where you were going with that. Mid trans forming.
Kind of, what was it? That poison?
Yeah.
Poison all over again.
You could have like you could sort of have, you know, part of the legs as sort of like jean grey, and then maybe like a bit of the robe, and then a bit of the jacket.
I'd love to see
You know,
something.
What do you mean, like a kind of super scroll
That would
kind of
be
thing?
awesome. Yeah, just like where she's like forming into lots of different sort of X-Men from the toe all the way up. So she's like deciding who she's going to be, like almost like a flicker. You know, like where she's like deciding like you know, like when it happens like really fast. But you're like picking, who do I want to be? You know, if you're going through Street Fighter, you know, and you're on that randomizer, who do you want to be? And the character's just changing really, really quick. I'm thinking along them lines, like you have, you know, a few of the female characters' body types, or well, their sort of shape and, you know, suit colours, and then, you know, the head sort of multi colours where the blue's like taking over, almost like the XM Venom does, you know, as it's coming over her face. That'd be very cool.
What did you just say? Your last line?
What?
What was your last line you just said? Did anyone else hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
Something about face.
Yeah, as it's coming all over her face or something. Yeah. Anyway, so next one. This is the XM Thor. Again, man, this is quite Caleb heavy today, isn't it? This is by Caleb
He's
Nefsad.
out there, like, he's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work. This is part of their mythological line. This isn't part of Marvel. So this is mythological Thor.
Yeah, this looks straight out of God of War, really. When you play it, you see what I'm talking about.
That's nice. That's the color render for that.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, you got like a different head as well. So you got like a ram helmet as well.
Yeah, it's really.
Oh, and
that's
you got the
really
hammer and
different.
the axe. And then also, so you got the shield over his arm there.
He's brought Captain America's shield.
Yeah. That looks like a shield from Infinity, doesn't it? Then you got the
What a pointless shit weapon that was.
Like Ultron.
You got the tease for the XM Ultron.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Seen some images of this actually. There's quite a few options that they're looking into for display and switch out. So this is going to be quite nice. I quite like it. I don't know. I don't think you did you? But
Who, me?
I don't think you liked it.
I've seen some pictures of it. I just didn't know. From the concept, it's kind of hard to understand where they're going.
Yeah. All right. So XM Ultron, and that's it. Dust is dust.
Nice.
Right. So
Very cool.
We got there, man. We did it.
we got there.
Yeah. I see you holding on there.
Marathon, I know.
I know, Geo.
Where's that energy drink?
What is it? So, I mean, like we've done 137 chats, and there's only been like 2 times I've gone for a pee, and that was today. One of them, I had to go for a piss.
That's why you put these little toilet break pictures into this chat, so that what happens, I'll lose my shit and then you disappear.
Yeah, no, that's why I put the Captain America one.
I
said, I put the Captain America one. I put the Captain America one, and I thought to myself, right, by the time I get back, he'll be done with that. No, nowhere near.
Just getting started, baby.
Just warming up.
Just getting warmed up, man. Just getting warmed up.
All right.
So we did all the photos. We did well, man.
Yeah, we did all the photos. Let me just bring these images down so we can see the boys. There you go.
I can see you. Can
No,
you not see them?
no, it's different on Facebook. It's the video that's recording. It's a bit closer because I zoomed.
How did you find your RaddTitan experience?
Yeah,
Darth Castle.
It is
Excellent.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
We'll never look at the chat the same way again.
Really cool.
Oh man, it was great.
Thank you.
Appreciate you having us
definitely.
on though. Definitely.
and Dave
Was on
saying, what about the Amiga Red?
Why didn't you? Did you not show it?
No, he
The XM?
Oh, he sent it to me. Let's see what.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what he's talking about.
See, that's one of those ones that I would really want to get.
All right, well,
Black Red?
Yeah, and I don't even collect.
Dave, send the picture
Yeah, but
across then.
they did the same thing. They released some pictures. Again, very similar situation like the Wolverine Sideshow. They released some pictures, and the angle is fucking terrible. It's like the worst angle of that piece that you could pick, and I don't understand why they did it. And it just now the right leg looks too big. The hips look like they're pointing up, and the chest looks like it's pointing down. Which is just in the photograph, it just does not look right. The balance of it looks really off.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it's the angle. I don't know if it's the print. So, I mean, you see it coming. It's all put up here.
Yeah, I'm just getting it now.
And we can throw that around. There you are.
They did change.
But you can see that if you look at it from the angle they've got it, where he's looking out towards his left hand side. You can see there that right leg looks really long.
Yeah, or skinny or
And-
something. Yeah.
No, just a bit. It just looks long. And then if you look at the hips, like from the waist, it looks like they're pointing up,
Yeah.
and it looks like his chest is pointing down. That's got a funny sort of flow to it, but I don't know if it's the angle, because if you show the front angle where the face is actually looking at you on both the portraits, it doesn't look as bad. Well, I don't know if it's the angle or what it is.
Yeah,
I actually, what I do like is, I do. You see what I'm saying? You see what you get what I'm talking about there?
Weird.
It looks like he's about to fall back.
I don't know if he's like jumped down, if he's like landing, if that's what this is meant to be, or he's, it does look like that, like he's jumping, he's landing down. I'm not sure. The one thing that I am, what are you doing with my photos?
Would you still want it?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! All right.
The one thing, don't fucking change pictures when I'm not finished speaking. When I'm silent, change it.
Yeah, but then we'd have the picture up for the next 4 hours.
Yeah, this is a very good point. You could be right. I actually like mixing the hands. So I actually like the first picture. I think I like I think I like that. I'd put one hand on and then one of these on. So I'd probably have that, maybe the left one and then the right one like that. That's how I would do it. I'd mix them up. So that, because they've got, for some reason, they've got both palms facing up and then palms facing down. So I would probably mix them both up. But,
Now, do they
still
go
haven't
around
put
the
them-
back?
I'll still get it.
Back.
Yeah, there's something going on there. It definitely looks like that left hand is going round his leg and then going round behind him. Does look like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I still will buy this. I still will get this Omega Red because I'm not paying fucking £2,000 for the other one. Whatever the price.
You could buy like probably 3 XMs for the price of that custom Omega Red.
And I'm not. There's no way. There's not a million years that I'll pay that type of money. So, and certainly not for that. This will probably have a lower edition size than that. So I'll probably buy this one.
Well, yeah, for a custom, it's 145 or 135.
That's gonna look great.
It's $1,500.
This number won't be big from XM. This Omega Red won't be huge. I'll be very surprised if it's 500 or
Really?
or thereabout.
Yeah, sit back, George. Well close to your camera, Jesus.
As the ones I like from XM. I think it's gonna be up there.
All right, so we've through all the photos. Is there anything you guys want to go over?
Well, Mr. Reaper General.
Man, that's crazy. Wow.
Literally, we're sitting there right at the beginning. We're sitting there at the beginning of the chat, and we're thinking, "Fuck me, we hope one of these two guys don't win because it's gonna look so fucking bent. It's gonna look like we've set them up." So we're like, and then I'm looking as he's doing the things. There's like 1. I'm looking at the names. There's 2, and it's like Max Power popped up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like Max Power." And then we're carrying on. Rodney's name popped up, and I was like, "Oh, that was lucky." Rodney's fucking name popped up. Then that's good. And then literally within a few more goes, he's up there, top of the pile again. You got some serious luck, man. Some serious luck.
Well, just to go over it quickly. So the actual winners again. If anyone missed it, we did it at the beginning. We did it live. We did it through random.org to select the winner. The 5 Sideshow T-shirts are Peter Lucas, Dave Cassie, Alfie Bolanes, Cameron Robinson, and Richard Maynard. And then the winner of the Corner Dead General Reaper Exalted is Rodney Jones. Yeah.
Which will be live unboxed here in the Death Star.
Crack that open. Wow.
It's a nice piece.
That's a good one to go with my Court of the Dead stuff when the ladies come in.
Sorry, all of the people who won, if they can PM me their address so I don't have to chase them up.
Yeah.
Congratulations, everybody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially you, Rodney.
Thank you.
I'm telling you and Alex grandma in here somewhere. I'm telling you, she in here somewhere.
She's stirring.
Boil, bubble, toil, and trouble.
She actually, my grandma actually looked like there was actually a witch on children's TV, and my grandma looked like Grot Bags. I don't know if you've ever seen
the fat witch.
Yeah, the fat
green
witch. Yeah. Yeah, my grandma looked like her.
Yeah, she used to scare us when we were kids, like be on the TV, like she'd come and actually she was a jolly witch. She always had children around her, but you were scared anyway.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well, it was
poor
different back
Nan. She
then.
gets loads of abuse from my channel. She's not. That's just wrong that we do that to her. The poor God rest her soul.
Yeah, well, no comment. Well, there's the same grandma that basically, I think I've said this like a million times. She had 2 VHSs videos, and one of them was Dawn of the Dead, and the other was Enter the Dragon. They were her 2 VHSs that she had at her house.
Grandma.
He was probably one of my uncles, but every time I went there when I was like 8,
Great movies.
there was my choices of Dawn of the Dead or Enter the Dragon.
You have offended my
Good
family.
choices. Good choices.
You have offended the Shaolin Temple.
So you guys think you're gonna make it to New York Comic Con, or what you gonna do?
I think last year it was quite expensive. I went to New York. I stayed in Midtown, and then I went to Miami straight after. I stayed in one of Thor's hotels, and it cost me quite a hefty sum, and I'm not planning on working until the end of the year, so I think that would take quite a bit of my budget.
Pimping ain't
to do
easy,
that.
man. Pimping ain't easy.
Well, I tell you what, I got us a room. I got PJ in them a room. If I see if I can get one more room, you think we can lure you to the dark side? We'll let you know. Be like $60
You're talking to Alex here. You could lure Alex with a cracker. He'd fucking come if it's true.
I don't like.
You can smell the freeness everywhere.
I don't like to say I'm cheap, but when there is something free, I do get like a bit of a hard on when I hear free. Even 2 for 1, that'll get me hard too.
See what I can do. We'll get on the old Death Star computer tomorrow and see what we come up with.
I just want to warn you that no one is going to want to share a room with me. I just want to warn you there.
Yeah, man.
The snoring is a whole new level of anything.
It's a different level. I've come close to killing him on numerous occasions.
Like, should I smother him?
He doesn't realise. Every time he opens his eyes and I say to him, "Did you sleep well?" All I'm saying really is, thank the Lord you're alive, because you nearly died. You just don't know it. You're just not aware. It was so close. I've stood over him numerous times, looked at his bearded, hairy face, and thought, I could just cave him in and just pretend he fell out of bed or something. Shit. Try anything. Try him out the window. Just try anything to keep him quiet. You've never heard anything like it. And you know what's worse? There's anything worse than people that snore. It's people that fall asleep instantly and snore. So you think to yourself, brush your teeth quick, wash yourself quick, get into bed before him, and try and fall asleep before him. And then you've got a shot at a peaceful night, but then you're sort of getting in there, you're doing all that, and he's in the bathroom, and you're like, yeah, I'm fine. You get down, you close your eyes, he puts his head on the pillow, bang, he's gone, and he's snoring in seconds. You're like, you mother.
Like, wake up.
I have controlled narcolepsy. I can sleep like that. Yeah.
Functioning narcolepsy. I've got to say, boys, I'm really happy that you come on. Like I said before, we're gonna try and put this on. Alex is gonna try and put this on YouTube as well, so we can get this up for everybody else. But if you're watching out there, sub to these 2 guys, Darth Castle, Thor Gunderson and Rodney Jones. They are, like I said before, they are 2 of the most genuine and big-hearted and helpful people in this community. So they will always, if they can give you a piece of advice, they always respond. They always reply. They do the RaddTitan channel unboxes, like regularly when they do it, which is really nice that they do that, and they share it with us as well as their own YouTube channel. So try and show them out some love. Let's get their sub level up. Let's get their support up, because they're good people, and that's what we need. We need more good people in this community that we can all talk to and mix with. Yeah. So thanks very much, boys, for coming on. Really, really happy that you graced us with your presence.
Appreciate it. Anytime you want to come back, we're here.
They're awesome.
That's it.
Well, no,
you'll be doing your own chats.
That's your one time.
Man. We'll be coming on your show.
There's no more invites. It's one time.
man.
Blood you in now. You're ready. You're ready for your own chats, man. You'll do your own thing. Go out there.
No problem.
You go out there. You're already going out there and doing your on tour reviews. Go and see people in your local place. That's what it's about. Get out there, spread the word, share the love, mix. You know, that's the game.
Who would have thought?
That's what it's all about. Man.
So yeah, everyone, thanks for watching, and you know, do the usual. If you're not subscribed to us, subscribe. So yeah, so do the usual. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, let us know what you think about us doing this with guests on there as well, because we did used to do it with guests and it got a bit too much, so we stopped, and you know, we thought we would dip our toes back in that water and see how it was good, how it was going. So yeah, let us know what you think of this format, and yeah, we'll see if we can do it again. All right, thanks guys.
Take care, everybody.